powers. So when Sio tried to use the Demonomicon, the sword that had attuned itself to her got very testy and ended up rejecting her, giving her a light little shock when she tried to pick it back up. But then Erasmus made a decision to attune to it himself after he heard the voice of the sword speak to him. So he ended up taking it and was waiting for a proper moment to attune to it. While he was waiting to do that, he, Gretna, and Pyrvin and Henri were able to find some really rare ore that they all ended up, and Mac were all trying to mine that so they could divvy it out, use it for later inventions and goodies and things. We were able to make it to the back of the room after the spider incident and ended up figuring out that there was a pseudo dragon in the area. Henri was able to read some text about it and figured out where it was probably hiding. So she went and investigated on her own and found a small gold pseudo dragon, and was kind of able to coax it out after offering it some of Erasmus's stew. The remainder of the session was literally us trying to appease a small gold pseudo dragon and gain its favor, only to figure out that it had a brother, who is very opposite to the gold one's intentions. Erasmus, that means in the meantime, to investigate that pool, found out it was like a teleportation sort of device made by Mordenkainen himself. Through testing, we weren't able to figure out where it would take us, but we realized we wouldn't be able to get to the back bench to pull any of the items. So we devised a plan to all run at once and let Pyrvin run in the back. So there was a slight delay for him to get the goods. He was able to get pretty much everything but like the last 3 items. But as we were teleported, we ended up all going back to the portion of the tomb where we were initially before this small island. But the Professor Orb, Henri, and the gold pseudo dragon weren't with us. And we were all very, very bloody. And I think we ended on a long rest.
Sorry.
Cool. Okay. All right, good deal. Thank you very much. I'm going to use this miniature for you right now, Erasmus. This guy, it's the dragon when it catches up. It's the Dragonborn fighter, just as an FYI. Okay. All right. So this is actually the device that set off everything previously. It's this piece right here when the lights catch on. That was your teleportation circle. It does look now to be inert. Don't worry about rolling arcanas or anything. It does appear at least to be completely inert at this point. You guys remember this room. You are back exactly where you started, and then of course there's this hallway that goes down to the right, which has not been investigated yet. There's also now a swirling orange mist that's right here that goes through this area. That's the only thing that's relatively new. And then there's also still this pile of like bleached skeletal bones.
So the orange mist is in front of us where we originally had teleported from, or it's on
No. It's on the other side where this archway is. The stream will catch up in a second. So there's an archway here, and there's an orange mist that's enveloping the area. Okay. There was something else here before, if you remember, that Kino interacted with, but then disappeared. But other than that, now there's the orange mist. Which Henri, of course, would remember. But by the way, so Henri's new character, yeah, is inside the tomb. She actually does not know where she is yet either. So, but she will often. No, it's okay. It's actually better this way, Henri. So no worries. I'll let you know exactly with the group. You'll be just as confused, and then we'll go from there. So, yep. And just remember, the only thing that applies, Henri, to you too is that you just like eyes, you lost your group, just like Miracle did when she was in Group A. You've lost your group. So all right, cool. Okay. Yep. Okay, cool.
I can't wait.
Oh, and Andre, you do have a book, by the way. You do have a book with you. So
I can't wait until Amanda's new character shows up and we like tie her up and pat her down to make sure she doesn't have a Professor Orb on her.
yeah.
Or to make sure she's not hurt.
You're just like interrogating her like Batman. It's like, who sent you?
All right. Cool. Okay. All right, guys. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look out to everyone and where's Andre? But here's all this stuff, guys.
Well, let's identify it, I guess.
Yeah. It must have been the same thing that happened to Kino.
Yep.
We're all at half health, right?
Some of you, yeah.
I thought we were taking a long rest. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you've not. To my knowledge, I don't remember anyone having the opportunity to take a long rest yet. It would be
We
now.
did not.
Unless you do it now, right? Exactly. Yeah.
We stopped as soon as we appeared back, and I said fuck, and then we stopped.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because if we took a long rest, I'm sure something, this dagger would have attuned to me, which it hasn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good
Then
point.
I'll take first watch.
I take no watch.
I got second.
Well, are we gonna wait
Thanks.
in here in this room? Or are we going to go back? Because remember when Kino had come in here and she had said not to touch the pews or anything else because of a poison that could leak out?
No.
We can sleep where we don't touch them.
I mean, that's fine by me. I just wanted to air that concern.
I'm just gonna retreat into my shell.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll take the third watch. Or the last watch, I guess, since Piraven, are you going to do 2 watches?
No, I can do as much as I need. All I need is 4 hours, and I got a full rest.
Okay, well, I'm happy to take one. I don't know, since Erasmus seems uninterested in taking a watch. I'm happy to do the last one if you're willing to do 4 or if someone else wants to take a watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Gretna said she was going to take the first watch,
First, I'll
and
take
then
the first. Yeah. That's what I said.
Okay, well, do you rather do the last set of watches and Gretna and I do the first, or?
that would be better.
Okay, then I'll take second and you'll just finish up.
All right.
Morn can take a watch if you need it.
I think we got it covered, but get your rest.
Yeah, you can take tomorrow's watch, Macmorn. We can rotate like that.
Okay.
All right. Well, Gio's gonna go
99.
lean up. Is the pseudo dragon okay? I have been meaning to ask that.
Oh, yeah. So in this case, the pseudo dragon doesn't take any kind of damage or anything, so you're fine. Yep, pseudo dragon is with you and fine. You guys notice, by the way, that the pseudo dragon is on. It basically will not like leave your side at all. It doesn't even fly right now. It's just on your shoulder. It wants you to hold it.
Oh.
A little inconvenient, but yeah.
No, Sia's more than willing to oblige. She likes cats.
Yep.
Yeah, Sia will just go up to a wall against it, hold the pseudo dragon, and take her nap.
By the way, if this does come into play, especially with combat, you can look up in D&D Beyond Pseudo Dragon. It's that plus some other things, but you can at least use the base stat block for its bite and everything if that comes into play.
Okay, cool. I'll add that to my notes.
Yeah.
And Chris, for this dagger, do I need to get stats for it or know what item it is or anything? Because I'm about to attune to it, I assume.
Yeah. You once it's identified, yes.
Okay, well then before I go to sleep, I'll cast Identify on it.
All right. So when you do cast Identify on it, the Identify reaches out into your mind, and you realize, Erasmus, that This is a dagger that can turn into a needle with the right command word. Once you attune to it, the command word will come to you, but you're gonna have to fiddle with it and play with it for a little bit. But it basically, it's called a dagger of. It's called. Sorry, actually. What is it called?
Couldn't it turn into other weapons? Because it asked me what weapon I would prefer.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different dagger. This is the dagger you put on the table. You're talking about.
Yeah,
sword
it
ma-
shocked.
yeah,
it
you're
shocked
talking-
it shocked Co, and then I
This
picked it up
is-
and started talking to me.
So who has the dagger that we took from the? Who has the dagger that we actually took from the
Here,
table?
It's in the
then he
bag.
shoved it all in the bag.
Okay, well that was a spoiler then. So just never mind what I said. No, this is a different. So this is a different. This is definitely a different weapon. If you want to identify it, you can. So you're saying you identify it?
Yeah.
All right. So this is one of the sword of answerings. It's a little different than the description. Instead of so you get a +1 to attack rolls, and this is a sentient artifact magic item. So hold on one second.
Oh. Wow. Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But
So,
you do not get the +3. It's a +1 for now, and you do get the effect though. You do get to make your reaction to attack, which is pretty amazing. So
which one? What's the name of it? Did it tell me?
it has not told you.
Oh. I like this.
Yeah. There's more to it once. So this was built into a module. Yeah. Go ahead, Andre.
I
did.
didn't
It did.
remember what it said.
It said
It did.
require.
Replier. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. True neutral.
Yeah. That's a little bit of meta. I was actually just hoping you would like remember it, but CEO could have told you. But yes, but that's true. That is definitely true. And the one thing to keep in mind though is that there is way more to this sword than on that stat block. It gets more powerful than +3. There's definitely more to it, but it has hidden conditions. This is a second edition item that was built for a specific module in 5th edition, and they just kind of like it was a little sloppy. So anyway, this item has way more to it than what's on the stat block. But for now, it's a +1 sword. So when you do actually attune to it, by the way, it's going to attune to the weapon that you most like would rather it be, essentially. So you do get to make a choice.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
a one-time thing though. Yeah.
Yeah, I will go with. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
good.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna spend my time attuning.
You
to
do
this
have a
thing.
pile. Remember, you do have a pile of all that stuff. That
Well,
could have
then,
been
yeah.
still,
So,
yeah.
what did we all get out of that?
We got all but 3 things. I can see
Did
if I
someone
put
did
it
someone
on-
write did someone write it down?
I wrote down everything that was on the table, but I did not write down the last 3 things that we did not get.
The rings. There were 2 rings,
Got
I think.
Horace has got those, but he just bunched
Oh
them
well,
off.
I think I got
No,
2.
Erasmus did
got
get
one.
them, but only one was in.
Oh,
only
one, okay.
landed with the teleporter. You got so you have one ring, you have a dagger, you have the books. Let me actually look and see. What did you actually
The
get?
hat.
You have the hat.
I missed.
You missed a bunch.
The loot
Yeah.
boat ring dagger. Were we able to ID the books? Or
Not
were
yet.
This.
Okay.
I think this is the first time we're looking at them.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. So one ring, the book, dagger, and I can actually hold on one second. I can tell you exactly. Hold on. Here.
We
Let
might
me
have
just
gotten.
Let me just go back to my notes and then go back to the actual thing too, because I can look at the actual thing. You guys will see it in a second too. This is where we were. All right. This was the table. So you guys ended up getting the chest, the bottles. You did not. You for the power. You got one of the rings. The dagger, which I think I already said, and then the hat. But you did not get the scrolls and the other stuff.
No staff.
Correct.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. That's why I thought you were talking about the dagger, by the way.
Yeah, no, I got you. I thought it was just like a rusty, shitty dagger from my perspective until
Yeah.
it started talking to me.
Yeah.
And I still got 2 more identifies. So I will, since you've already said it, I will identify the other dagger just so that we don't have to meta anything. And
Yep.
I will identify the book.
Yes. Okay. All right.
And that's
So,
all my spell slots.
So you go ahead and run the identify in the book, and unfortunately, the book is not magic. So even though it does have it is not a magic item, it does actually have magic within it. So when you do the identify itself, you find that there's another object within the book that we'll get to in a second. But the dagger itself is a needle of mending, and what that means is that it's a weapon. It's a magical dagger disguised as basically a sewing needle. In this case, it was actually in its dagger form. When you hold it, you can use a bonus action once you're attuned to it to speak its hidden command word. It transforms into a dagger back into a needle. So you do gain a +1 bonus to attack. So this is a magic weapon, meaning that it looks super, super nice. It looks like it has no like dirt on it at all. It never gets dirty. On top of that, it does let you do mending from it, so which is pretty neat. So anyway, so the other item is actually inside the pages of the book. Hold on one second. So go ahead and give me an investigation check. I'm going to give it to you for your
Passive
passive
20.
investigation. Yeah, I know. Go ahead and do it just to see if you get anything higher than that. But yeah, that this is how you found it, by the way.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. What is your modifier like higher than that?
Oh, well, I rolled a 15 plus 5,
Oh,
so it's
gotcha,
literally
gotcha,
the same
gotcha.
as my passive.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. So within the pages, so within the pages of each of these books, I mean, sorry, within each of the pages of this book, there's a tiny, tiny sliver of a of what when you put all the pages together, basically fills this figurine. But when you split them apart, they all get split up. This is meant to hide the magic item. Oh, I'm like echoing with someone. Does everyone hear that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's Miracle.
Miracle.
Oh,
If you turn her down to like 75%, you can't really hear it anymore.
yeah. Well, actually, Miracle, do you mind just doing push to talk, and then it'll solve it too?
Yeah, I can.
Awesome, thanks. All right, cool. So anyway, this is meant to hide the item within this book. It's actually meant so that even when you find the book, you're not going to find the magic item. If you just cast normal identify, then you would just see that the book is no longer magic. It just has some kind of magical substance. That's it. However, because Erastus is so amazing at investigation now, he actually was able to thumb through the book, realize that each page was just a slight bit thicker than it was supposed to be, and a little heavier in some places, and realize that there's this trinket inside of it. So Erastus, now the only thing is it's a puzzle. So you are able to cast identify, and this is a you can identify each of the pieces, and it will tell you what the item is, but you are gonna have to figure out how to get it out of this book and what kinds of good stuff. But
I'll communicate that to everyone.
it is a
and then
figurine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm handing the book off to Miracle. If anyone's gonna figure out this puzzle, it is gonna be her, and definitely not me.
Yep. So you know that it's a figurine, and the figurine probably has something to do with like summoning things, because even though you weren't able to identify the magic item as it's not put together, it does. You were able to at least use summon the magic. So this is probably one of the figurines that you could like summon something with, but you are gonna have to figure out how to get it out of the book.
Have fun, and I'll just like toss her the book.
I guess I'll catch it.
And then I am going to bed because all my spell slots are used up, and I am not very much useful anymore.
I mean, what would I roll to see if I can figure it out?
So there's a couple different things anyone can do to try to figure this out. Some of it can be done by a roll. Some of it we might just have to wait and see. But for now, I guess go ahead and do a perception check on the book itself first. Go ahead and roll your perception check. Erastus, I assume you
Wait.
tell her what you discovered. Is that correct?
That'd be a No,
Yeah. I told everyone. I just said it out
Yeah,
loud.
cool.
Like,
Cool. Okay.
that's the right perception check. I just have the wrong character. It's the same modifier.
Okay. What is it? Sorry, I can't see it.
23.
All right. So for the 23, what you notice is that there is inside the margins of the page is something written within invisible ink, some kind of invisible ink that needs to be like shown, and you can very, very, very like almost make it out by the glint of the light as you're going through it. It looks like this was done in like lemon juice or something. There's just going to be like a mundane way of basically discovering what's in the hidden margin. And you believe through reading a little piece of it, even though it's mostly invisible to the naked eye, you can see something that looks like instructions in common. So there's that part. The other thing that you notice, though, is that there is something strange about the binding itself of the book, the spine. It's definitely heavier than it should be. So you can try to do an investigation check, or then you can just tell me what you want to do physically and go through it. So.
Alright. Sorry. I just have to keep on getting used to having to push the talk.
Yeah, no worries.
I guess I can do a investigation.
Okay, try that first. And by the way, anyone that has any ideas on this can help, of course. But yeah.
23?
Okay, that's pretty good. So, all right. So you start filling with the book and going through it, and then you notice that if you put a heat source like a flame or something next to the book, it looks like it'll burn whatever is there enough that you can start reading it through the margins. And then once you do that, you think that maybe they'll have instructions on the next part, but you're pretty sure there's something in the spine of the book as well. You just have no idea what it is yet.
Okay then.
All right. While she's messing with that, does anyone want to do anything else?
sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the bag of holding and put it next to Erasmus's shell and just lean up against it and go to sleep.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do anything before?
It's very warm. You would notice very warm.
Yeah, Sio's gonna lean
cozy.
up against the Erasmus and just cuddle with the dragon and sleep.
Okay. Yep.
I just
Yeah, you
take
notice
note
your
of where
dragon.
everybody
You
is,
notice your
and-
dragon is very cold, by the way, because its scales are literally made of a glassy, like gem substance. It's like holding gems. Its scales are that translucent green. So they're just opaque enough that you can't see beyond the dragon's skin or whatever, but they do look like emeralds. Just so you know, and it is cold. It's pretty cold. Anyway, go ahead.
I just
Good.
want to, take note of where everybody is and what positions they're in, how they're doing, and how close
Yep.
they are to anything that might be dangerous.
Yeah. So while she's doing that, is anyone particularly hurt? You can tell Gretna now that she's looking at you.
I'm gonna be fine. I just need a nap.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So there's something inside the spine of the book, Miracle, but you know that you're gonna have to do something to get it out, and it's probably gonna like ruin the spine or the book. So you don't know if you should risk that or not, but it is up to you if you'd like to like get whatever it is out. Something metallic is in the spine of the book.
Did Erasmus share his identify findings with everyone? I know he shared the book, but did he share?
He did
Yes.
not. Oh, did you share the sword?
If I my sword,
Yeah.
No, the needle.
I'll talk about it in the morning.
Okay.
But the
So-
needle of mending, I would say yeah.
Okay.
But I'll let me see.
Yeah, because if he told us about the needle of mending, Sio's not going to offer to help because she doesn't really know how to address it, but she will suggest to Miracle if there's anything she has to do to physically take the book apart, the dagger with the spell mending in it might be able to restore it, at least physically. She doesn't know how it would do with magic.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll if anyone wanted the needle, they're welcome to it because he didn't want it.
So actually, I was gonna ask. So you said there was something like invisible written.
Right. In the margins, it's written in some kind of non-magical substance that when you put heat next to it, it burns it so you can read it. It chars it enough so you can read it. That's right.
Let me check something that's in my. Actually, wait a second.
Was the needle that dagger?
Yeah. Yeah, it hides itself as a needle, but it actually, once you attune to it, will turn into a dagger.
Yes, that is right.
Well, I don't want to be using a dagger as my main weapon, but it would be a magical weapon.
Yeah, it's +1. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think here or Mac or somebody else who can get up close and fight, or maybe even Miracle so she has a way to defend herself.
Yep. By the way, these items are also, especially items like this that have uses outside of the real world, are also incredibly valuable. So you guys know that this dagger, this basically dagger that can mend things by turning into a needle, would be worth quite a bit on the outside world. And when you guys do get out, you'll see that there's not a ton of magic items sitting around cities or other places. Faerun, Canon Faerun is actually, even though it seems counterintuitive to this because D&D is like filled with magic items, most people do not have magic items. Matter of fact, most cities don't even really sell them. Like there's a few that are sold and they're very, very expensive, crazy overpriced. And just like this item, for the most part, like imagine what a shopkeep could do with something that he could mend like at least once a day or whatever. You could build an entire business out of this one magic item. So they sell for a decent amount. They sell for a decent amount of gold.
So who took it? Just so I like, does someone want it? Otherwise, I'm keeping it in my inventory.
I think it was going to be a group discussion in the morning because
Okay.
But yeah, everyone does know these things that I'm saying.
Well,
though,
then
for
I'm
sure.
then
yeah,
I'm
like
I'm
everyone
attuning
would
to
know
it.
that this is worth a shitload. Yeah, of money. Yeah,
Okay.
this might be worth as much as a tavern when you get back home. So yeah.
Man.
It should be
Hello?
part of the group's common stuff then.
Hello?
Yep.
Alright, is there like a flame nearby actually?
Yeah, there's a couple. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a candle with 3 flames here, and then there's also these flames in the back. Yep. There's also another candle with flames, and then fire source here too.
I had an idea because
Yep.
because there's the flames. Sorry, am I?
Yeah, no worries.
I have cantrip control flames.
Mm-hmm.
Or control fire, one of the
Yeah.
two.
Yep.
So I kind of want to like make one of them like slightly stronger and then kind of just like hold it near it
Sure. That's fine. You can do that.
and see
Okay.
if that will
All right.
show it.
All right, so it does start. So you do that, and after a minute or so, basically, in the very first page and the very last page are where these are written in the margins. The very first page, you go ahead through. It does burn enough that you can start reading in the instructions and go through it, and it explains to you that you need to hold the book shut, and then you need to cut out the activator, and that's all it calls it in the thing, out of the spine. And then before the book, once you take the activator out, you have to hold the activator to the front piece of the pages, essentially where the front of the book is closed. That's the opposite of the spine, where the pages are facing like the air.
Yeah.
Put it on there, and then you need to close up the spine of the book. And once you do this, it will be able to basically leach out. It explains this explicitly. It is going to basically pull the magic item from the pages.
All right.
This was clearly written by a wizard who hid this item in the book.
All right. So I guess since I don't think I have. I think I took away that one cantrip mending, but when I leveled up one time, I can.
But if you want, I mean, I guess what we have to decide right now is: are you going to go to bed, or are you going to deal with this now?
I don't have the cantrip mending, so I'm gonna need that needle in the morning. So I
Yeah.
guess I'll go to bed.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So everyone does go ahead and go to bed. How are the watches working? Just in case we get
I'm
attacked.
first.
Okay.
Theo
Yep.
second, but she wants to do something while she's on watch. And then Purivan said he would take the last 2 shifts.
Okay. And what did you want to do while you were on watch? Is it relative to the? What do you want to do, Sia?
Wants to try and commune with her patron. She hasn't done that in a while.
Oh, gotcha. No, that's fine. I didn't really. Let me do this too. In the meantime, while we go through this, if there's anything that you guys need to do that's secret, I'll let you. Just feel free to I'll just give you my text because I can't see Discord going through this. So I'm gonna give it to everybody right now. Hold on, I'm gonna tab out so I can at least get into Discord. If you ever need to tell me anything that's secret, we do this in the other group too. I'll just give it to you. Okay. All right. So you guys have an uneventful night. You are definitely on edge, and I mean, everything is quiet and calm. There's very, very few sounds in the tomb. It's incredibly quiet, unlike from where you were back. You could hear animal noises and sometimes birds off in the distance and other things, and you can't hear anything in the tomb. It's very, very quiet. So you do have an uneventful night, and you're able to wake up 8 hours later. All right.
Yeah.
That was a stretch, guys.
Arras is just
Chris,
toots a little bit in his shell.
Chris.
Yeah.
So I remember wizards can kind of oh wait, that's spells. I don't think that works for cantrips. Does it? I was never actually told that. Swap out spells when they go to sleep. They just have to kind of concentrate on it for a while. Would I have been able to do that or no? Because I wouldn't know that was a needle of mending until the morning.
That's right. You would not have known until the morning. Yeah.
So would I have been able to do that?
Yeah, you could have swapped out as long as you said that's part of your class feature. What was that?
Yeah, I was told wizards can do that by another person who played a wizard before, as long as it's in their spellbook.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Wait, what can wizards do now? I'm curious.
They can swap out their cantrips. Apparently, I'm gonna read it in a second. But I do remember this. Yeah, I do remember something like this.
Oh, that's sick. I love it. I'm gonna do that with my wizard and my maid.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Henry. Okay. Cool. Okay. So what would you like? So you do have mending now. If you're trying to talk Miracle, we can't hear you though.
Yeah, I'm trying to edit it and then put it into the Avrate. It's just
Oh, gotcha.
it's not
Yep.
letting you know.
Well, while she's busy, does anyone want to do anything else? When you woke up in the tomb, the orange mist is still, by the way, floating here, almost weightlessly. Other than that, though, everything looks exactly like it was when you went to bed.
Yeah. Sia will just get up with everyone else and try and tend to the pseudo dragon, see if he's doing okay.
Yeah, I mean the one thing you do notice is the pseudo dragon basically slept on you the entire night, and it seems to be very clingy and needy to you. It doesn't. By the way, you can feel all of its emotions. It's a little afraid of being in here.
Sia will just spend
Alright.
some time like soothing it and petting it and assuring it with the mental link that it's going to be fine. She's not going to let anything happen to him.
Yep. Cool.
And she's going to throw out some nicknames for him so he has a name because she doesn't know if he has one.
Well, that's so. We'll get into that in a bit, but definitely do that because you'll see. But I don't want to spoil anything, but definitely think of nicknames. So, okay, go ahead. Miracle.
Alright, so I got it to
You cut out. I'm sorry. What?
I got it to update now, so I have it.
Okay. Cool. Yep.
I'm trying. I think I have a dagger, so I could mess with the the binding part where I have to get the
Yeah.
activator.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and I mean, it's definitely easy enough that if you have a dagger, you don't even have to. Go ahead. Yeah,
That damn bear back.
So there's two ways to do it. If you want to be as careful as you can be, you make a check. If you just want to try to get the metal piece out of the spine, you can do it in a messy fashion. But you're definitely skilled enough with normal tools that you can do this. Which one would you like? Do you want to try to be careful and like try to surgically remove it? Or do you just want to try to remove it?
I'll try to be careful.
All right. So go ahead and make the equivalent. It's just a sleight of hand check, but it's the equivalent of that with so it's a dexterity, yeah.
18?
Okay, you're able to cut it out pretty decently. You find where the edges are of the metal device, and it's a flat piece of like metallic metal, and you get the exact location of where the edges are, and you take your knife, and it's pretty easy to cut through the binding, and then you take out once you trace all the way around it, you're able to take out this basically like 10-inch piece of metal, and it's very flat, it's rectangular, and it has these glowing, once you take it out, runes that go up from the top to the bottom of the actual metallic device.
Alright, I guess I'll do what it told me to do.
Right.
Or what I read.
Yeah, so what you do is you take this device and you put it you close the book, and on the opposite place where the spine was, where the pages are facing upward, you lay it flat. And immediately when you do that, you actually feel the slivers of like whatever it is seeding through the pages like very quickly all at once. And it's almost like magnetism where you feel like this thing go basically like up and right into the flat piece of metal with the runes on it. So it jumps a little bit as the momentum of the device hits it. You lift it up, and sure enough, there's a figurine on the other side. You are able to remove that figurine from this thing. Once the figurine hits it, though, all the runes basically go inert, and it does seem like it's just held by some kind of like very, very small magnetic force. You don't know if it's magic or not, but there is a figurine that it's basically taken from the pages.
Alright, I guess I'll grab or take off or get them figurine and just be like, I got the item.
Yeah, so the figurine itself looks like it's made out of some dark glassy like material. The figurine is actually in a very ambiguous shape. It doesn't look like it's of an animal, although maybe it was just bad craftsmanship. It's very like amorphous, and it looks almost like it was made to be maybe a person, but it's a little thick for a person, so it's hard to tell.
Alright. Can I ritual cast Identify on it, actually?
Yeah, you can. You can take the time if you want to. Yep. Yeah, so while she's doing that, what does everyone else want to do?
I am taking my tinker's tools out, and I am working on Bimmy.
Okay, yeah.
I would like to observe.
Okay, yeah.
Co is going to sit with Arasis and Purivan. And if time allows, she's going to ask Purivan if he would be okay if Co talked to Arasis in private.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to, overstep anything. I'll just be over here.
My armor is off, by the way. He's back in his regular form because he has to take it off to sleep.
No.
So he's back in his peeled back shell. Normal turtle.
No, Pure, it's fine. I just wanted to talk to Arasis, and I wanted to.
Yeah. It's you don't have to explain yourself. I understand. It's all good. I'll just be over here. I'm gonna sharpen my daggers and look at these other ones, I guess.
I'm at morning prayer. The Twitch channel has a map on it. Is that okay? Mine does anyway.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too.
does it? I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, it's a mistake. Hold
Oh,
on.
I thought that was intentional. So
No, sorry about that. Is it a map of Faerun or something?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
That's not actually supposed to be up. Hold on. Thank you for telling me. Let's see.
I didn't even question it.
Yeah, it's from this, I think. Yeah. All right. Sorry, guys. Yep. Okay. The last part did cut off. What was the last thing that was said before this?
I was just doing my morning prayers as usual.
Okay, cool. Okay, yep.
But yeah, Co is just gonna sit with Arasis for a little bit, just the two of them. And at some point while he's tinkering, she's just gonna.
He's like humming to himself. He's like,
Arasis?
Well, yep. Hey, hi.
I wanted to apologize for being rude yesterday. I shouldn't have said that to you. I know getting
What?
picked up
What?
the other yesterday, I guess, when you had put on your armor, you really changed attitudes, and it kind of scared me and made me upset. So I called you a name, and I wanted to apologize because I know for you especially, that's a very touchy subject, and I shouldn't have called you a name. The only other person who gets on my nerves like that is Van, and I mean, he's my brother, so I can pick on him and call him names, and at the end of the day, he'll know that I'm doing just that, and I still love him. I know for you in particular, that's a very delicate subject, and I felt like I should apologize for being rude and calling you a name instead of to you.
I guess apology accepted.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah. Just, he like turns a gear on Bimmy, and it finally springs to life. And you guys will see as the magic takes effect, Bimmy grows to about twice his size, and his eyes start glowing. His beak elongates and becomes way sharper because he transformed finally into a homunculus servant and finally has a stat block.
What?
Cool.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
So instead of being like a little sparrow size, he's now about the size of a hawk.
What? Is he bigger than the pseudo dragon?
He's around the same size as the pseudo dragon. The pseudo dragon is actually a little bit bigger than him, but they're close.
Oh, that's so
cool.
cool. Erasmus, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I just needed the stuff, the right stuff. And one of Bimi's eyes is an ounce of that black rock, because I need a very valuable rock to base the. You need a valuable rock to base the homunculus around, and Erastus chose that Greyhawk rock.
Yep. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Sia will wave back to Pirvin because she really just wanted to talk to Erastus about that. So she'll just wave Pirvin over so he can come hang out. But she just wanted to get that off her chest because she felt pretty bad about it.
Yeah.
As she does this, I walk up to the both of them, and I say, or I open up the bag of holding, and I just like reach it forward to, hopefully get them to just look inside and be like, the box. There's a chest. I want to open this. Can you help me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you kindly, sir.
Do what you can.
Yep. So you can go ahead. So you look at the chest, Erastus, and clearly it is locked. And there's mechanisms lined all throughout, where not only the turning mechanism exists, but also they're also lined into the actual like hinges and also where the box opens. If it is not successfully picked or opened with the right key, you can tell that this was made so that it destroys whatever item is inside. The item must be fragile.
Oh, so we definitely would need a key.
That, or you have to
Or-
pick the lock successfully, and it's hard. You can tell with your passive investigation that it is a hard lock to pick.
Don't we have a random key?
We had a bigger
We-
key, and that was for the gate.
Oh.
That's the only one I remember us getting. I don't, unless
Well,
you
what about
sweep it
this
off
new
the
dagger
table.
we have? Do you guys think that it could come into play at all? Because I know you were talking about it earlier. You said something about a needle. I don't know if that would help, but
Oh yeah, I got this little needle thing.
Isn't
interesting.
Miracle unbind the book right now?
Sorry?
I
Was
I-
Miracle
cast-
using needle?
No,
She
I
switched
didn't
down
know
her-
about it.
Oh.
Because I didn't want to metagame it, I swapped out of the cantrip so I could have the cantrip mending, so I could just fix it. But I don't know if I really need to.
Well, me having this needle is actually really good because I didn't have mending before. But
By the way, that was part of the thing. I just didn't mention it explicitly. You did mend the spine. I assumed you used your spell. It's because you followed the directions.
Yeah, I would.
You mended the spine, yeah. So she did use mending. The spine is now mended, but that's how she was able to pull it out. Yeah.
So yeah, mending actually heals Bimmy, like gives him more health. It's basically a
Well-
cure wounds.
Well, if he ever takes damage, I can heal him.
As long as I get this needle. So can I,
And
but
you're
it's
doing
not
good.
permanent. I'm gonna take my hammer, my corpse slayer,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna toss it to Macmorn.
Okay. Yep.
Here. I don't need this anymore, and it's always good to have. It's always good to have a way to do some magic damage. I guess you can have it.
Cool. What actually is it?
Isn't it the Corpse Slayer hammer?
It is.
Yeah, it's a +1 to
Alright.
attack and +1 to damage. And when you hit undead creatures with an attack, it deals 1d8 extra damage.
It's a light hammer, so you can throw it too.
And creature has disadvantage on saving throws against effects that turn undead.
So against undead, it does an extra die 8.
Yep. And it has +1 to attack and a +1 to damage otherwise.
I think we all have
Thank you.
something magical minds now.
Oh yeah, because I have
No.
You have to attune to
one
it, though.
glows. I have those one glows.
Yeah,
Oh.
we have the gloves. Here, I think, has that returning dagger. I could be wrong.
Nope.
Oop, never mind.
No, that's temporary.
That
I had
Oh,
to take
that
that. I had to take it off and give it to so that Bimmy can exist.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
forgot that was your thing. I can't remember the name of it. That thing though.
Well, when I figure out this figurine, I could give it to Piervin, so he has something magical.
Yeah. Either that, or when Erastus finds another magic item that suits him more, or maybe when he attunes to his sword, Pierre could maybe get the dagger.
Well, there's still the hat and the bottles and the ring.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I wish I
Oh,
could be
yeah.
more used with that, but I can't identify things that are
So-
magical.
Okay,
I
I
can.
have a question. So there's a hat, bottles, and ring.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
after I'm done with this figurine, me and Erastus could work on everything else to figure out what there is. Because we
Yes.
both have identify.
So in my game, for potions in particular, we can do the rules just as they're written on D&D. You just taste a tiny, tiny piece. It does not extend the potion, and you are able to figure it out. However, if it's poisoned, if it is a poison, then if you do that, there is a decent chance that it's basically the same con save as getting poisoned, that you will be poisoned yourself of whatever the effect is.
Oh,
Can
So just keep that in mind. So the only other way to get around that by not tasting the potions, try to figure this out, is if you do have a alchemical kit or you trained in it or specialized it. Otherwise, you just have to take the risk.
I am trained in alchemical supplies.
I
Okay,
have a
so then you
question.
you can use your kit to try to figure out which one's potion and which one's poison without tasting it, and then you can figure out what the potions are. You just can't figure out the poisons until you've used it on something. But if you use it on another living creature with your kit, you'll figure it out. So if you wanted to poison a cat or whatever, obviously you'll know what it is when
I
you can do it
haven't-
without something. Go ahead.
I have a familiar that we could test it on.
Yep, that does work.
I could.
Because it technically can just keep on coming back after I just use Find Familiar.
That is absolutely right. And by the way, not only can it also keep coming back, the way the familiars are written, they are literally magical slaves. They are absolutely spirits that you are basically tricked and bound by the wizard. So it basically has to. So that's why familiars, by the way, have such a bad rap in 5e in particular, but also in just the meta, because the truth is that a familiar is a spirit that was essentially trapped for all eternity, and by it means all eternity, but it's not, it's just the lifetime of the caster, by that caster. And then worse, they have to take the form of whatever the caster thinks it should be. So some of these spirits are literally ethereal, because it's random who you take if you read about it, and these could have been powerful basically demigods. Some of them, it's possible that have been just dead a long time. And if you imagine, now they're tied to Miracle, and she's like, oh, you're going to be a bat for my lifetime, and I'm also going to poison you infinitely, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the other difference on why the pseudo dragon is so different. And any true familiar is so different from the 5e familiars, because that's what they are, so everyone understands. But yes, absolutely, you can poison your familiar 1,000 times. So
I feel so bad now.
but that is what they are. Yeah. Wraith technically hated you. All familiars technically hate their wizards, yes. Just because of the fact that they were and they explain all this when you read about it, but you've also kind of you've plucked them out of where they were on top of that. It's kind of actually awful. But anyway.
Oh my god.
That's why the familiars are so that's also why anyway, I don't want to spoil anything else. But yeah, but that is the truth of familiars in 5e. And
Well, you know who doesn't hate me? Bimmy, because I made him.
yeah, it's
I
different.
feel
Yeah.
so bad now.
But anyway, yes, you can of course poison your familiar 1,000,000 times, but that's
Well,
what they're for, right?
Do you want me to just?
So-
Do you want me to just
I
use
haven't-
science to figure it out?
I haven't done that yet, though. I've
Right.
just treated her my
Yep.
my little owl kindly. So this is
Yeah.
the only first time.
Just let
Yeah.
me use science.
So that's right. So Erastus, what you can do is you can use the kit to see which one is poison and which one's potion. The potion you can just try then after that, and you can use your kit. Sometimes it's actually better to do it anyway, and it just takes a little more time. However, outside of that, the poison, once you identify the ones that are poison, you do actually have to use a tad bit of it to see what it does to figure out what kind of poison. But that's it.
Well,
On a
guess
living
we're
thing.
still using. I guess we're still using my freaking familiar.
Yeah. So you can identify potion to poison, but you can't actually split the poisons out with your chemical kit. That just doesn't really tell you what it does. It will tell you, though, the one thing that it will tell you is if it's possible for it to be fatal. Instead of like paralyzing and making you sick, if it's a possibility to kill something, you do get to find that out through the kit, but that's it. Anyway,
Well,
so
okay. Well, we need to make a priority list.
Has the identify been done yet on the figurine?
Oh yeah. 'cause you were-
yeah, it has. So which item are you identifying again, Miracle? I'm sorry.
The figurine that was in my
Oh,
hand that I
yes.
got from the book.
Yes. Let's go back to that. Sorry. Yeah, that's important. Okay. So you are able to identify the figurine, and the figurine is
Wondrously powerful.
it is a wondrous item. Yeah. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I just had this up. Hold on.
Well,
Anyway,
that's
it's
not-
it is one of the figurines of wondrous power, but it's so you go ahead and do the identify. It actually tells you that it's it tells you that it's a creature of like it's basically been, so there's a couple things that have happened with this figurine. Number one, it's been remolded from its original form, and then it's also been like, so some kind of like mage has basically refactored it so that it looks different than how it was meant to look originally. And when you actually like figure out the whole thing, it is a onyx dog. But it wasn't meant. It was clearly meant to be in the shape of like a dog and go through it. But what it does is it becomes a mastiff for 6 hours. The mastiff is actually pretty intelligent for mastiff. It has an intelligence of an 8. It can actually speak as well, so that's super important. It also has dark vision. Yeah, and once it's been used, it can't be used again until 7 days have passed. But you can use this mastiff who can speak to you. That can also see in dark vision, and he stays around for 6 hours. The strange part is the identify tells you that this was altered in some way, but it is an onyx dog.
Woof.
But remember, if you have this is a one time, like you can use this once, and then you're not going to use it for a week, 7 days. So, and he only sticks around for 6 hours.
Okay.
But
I'll
he
tell
will talk. Yeah, he's a talking dog.
I'll tell everyone that well, the book had a figurine that once figured out you can summon kind of an onyx dog, and it can talk, and it'll be here for 6 hours, then not again for 7 days, and then also sees in darkness.
Yeah, it has dark vision. Yeah.
As upset as I am to be in this tomb, that items like that are making it really worth my time.
As a matter of fact, everyone probably thinks that, to be honest. I mean, this is a tomb of certain death, but these things that you're finding are greater than anything you've ever seen. You don't know people with stuff like this. It's truly like a pretty big deal. So yeah.
It's still a solid fuck no from our asses. He wants to leave immediately. You can't spend money if you're dead.
That is true. But when in your life would you have ever seen a small figure that can turn into a dog?
I don't know, but I never really wanted to, so I don't.
I guess I'm gonna ask, who wants to have the figurine?
That
And
seems
have
like
a
a
pet dog every now and then.
seems like a good Gretna thing or a Purivan thing. Who doesn't have something? We should share.
Here.
Gretna can have it.
Is it? Do you have to attune to this thing?
Chris.
All of you also. So all of you also know, by the way, if you make it out, if you're alive, that your lives will be much different from having these items. Like even if you go back and retire at this point, as long as you can share in the wealth of this will change everyone's life. And what was the question?
Do you have to attune to the dog?
Yeah. These wondrous item has to be attuned to.
I'll pass on the dog.
Here, it might be a good hunting partner for you.
I mean, I guess I could attune to it until something else comes along. Sure, why not?
Yeah, go ahead.
And not only that,
Is it
for
how big is
whatever
this thing? You think? Like, you think I could ride on it?
Mastiff? No, it's not big enough to ride on. But it's not even technically strong enough to ride on. But however, like if you can imagine, I mean, having an invulnerable resummoning dog, invulnerable in the sense that it can always come back. You can always resurrect it every 7 days. Even in a circus or something, this thing would be like an amazing thing. Like all these magic items that you have, everyone knows this through like just common like sense going through it, that these would be life changing. Every single one of them.
Alright. Well, I guess Gretna, you having the doggo?
I got a book. Like, I like my book. It's a good book.
But you will be able to sell all this stuff, like obviously, like that's the other thing.
Like,
Is like you guys
that's
will be able to go
something,
back
you know,
and sell
like
it.
like everything else. Like, it's a common thing, right? We're all gonna put it together, sell it, and split it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could just literally just have it attuned to someone in case we need it in a battle right now, for now.
Okay, so for now, it might come in handy, sure.
Okay. All right.
She's gonna hand the
So you guys have the
figurine to
potions,
her.
the potions left, and then you have the hat, and then one ring, or I should say the vials.
Like, I can't attune to it right now. I'm just holding on to it. Oh.
I know.
Okay.
I just Miracle just gave it to you for now.
We can, and if you guys do want to go through, I'll let you before we move on, because the other thing that I don't like cheating is the ritual casting things infinitely kind of thing. And by the way, you're keeping ahead of your components too, right? When you're doing your rituals and all that stuff. Just keep that in mind. Like it won't be unlimited. I don't think I don't think Identify even has anything that's like terrible. It has
Oh shit! It does.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, then we cheated it. But hold on. Wait, yeah, let me double check
A
that.
pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces and an owl feather.
That's what I thought. I thought I was crazy,
But are
but
those
that's
consumable or are those just...
That consumes. If it has a gold
No,
amount,
no,
it consumes it.
yeah, it's consumed. Yeah, that's why. That's the other part of ritual casting being just. That's why Identify is so powerful, and that's why ritual casting is a pain in the ass, even though you have the time that you have to go through. That is right.
Oh well, we cannot cast Identify for the rest of this dungeon anymore. We definitely haven't been keeping track of that. So even if we had those components, we surely would have burned through them by now.
Yeah, it's fine. So for now, what I'll do is I'll say that was the last one to go through it. I'm going to double check on Identify too, but I'm almost positive they're consumed. I'm almost I'm like 95% sure they're consumed.
Rules is written. Anything that has a gold value in the material component section is consumed.
Right. That's right. You're right. So, so keep that in mind. That's, by the way, why Identify is such a powerful spell. It's because it seems like it wouldn't be, but it absolutely is, like super powerful. Also, this is how it could work too. If you don't identify an item, which you totally can do, and just attune to it, the way that I build that is that once you spend enough time with something, you do figure it out. However, the only thing is that once it's attuned, it's going to take another long. The way that I'm doing attunement is all long rests. So if you want to like swap, like let's say you got the wrong item. Let's say you got an item, but you find out that it's not even useful to you. It's going to take a whole other day for someone to get it. Now, if it's cursed, Identify doesn't even tell you. So if it's cursed, you're still going to get the curse no matter what, even if you did identify it, because Identify doesn't let you know if it's cursed. So just keep all these things in mind as we go through. So. You can just like basically spend your time, your long rests with these things, your 8 hours, and like the hat, if somebody want to do that, you can. But that's the randomness with these things. That's also why Identify is so powerful, because let's say you need an item for a fight or whatever, you're not going to have it until then. So anyway, okay.
No.
Does anybody have any other questions though about all that stuff?
I'm just gonna take the one ring, and just slip it on my finger. Then, if that's the case, you can't identify it.
Sure. Yep. Someone can take the hat too, because you just need to spend your time, and then what that means is that you just need to like basically people need to choose at this point what they're going to try to think they have, and then by the time they get up the next morning, you'll figure it out how to use that magic item.
I'll take the hat.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And we still have the chest, which we can't open.
Yep.
And I will roll a intelligence check for my alchemist supplies.
Yeah. Yep.
A natural 20 plus 5, 25.
Okay. So this is, and what are you
For the-
trying to do with these?
That's
For the-
I'm just trying to determine the contents of the bottles.
Okay. So, that's fine. So there are, let me look. There are 4 bottles. One of them is a poison.
We only got
Three-
3.
Are there, I have 4 written down.
Oh, well, we only got 3.
Oh, yep. I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. So 3 potions. So there's 1 poison and 2 potions. You figure out through going through this. You guys see Erasmus for like 5 minutes going through and trying to separate which one's the poison, which one isn't. There is 1 poison in this. The 2 potions that you do have, though, Erasmus, you're able to taste them a little bit and also go through with your experimentation. And
If
do
you want,
find-
I can taste the poisons. I'm kind of
No.
resistant to it.
Gret-
Poison don't affect
Gretna,
me so bad.
Gretna, I can just do it to my familiar, so no one has to worry about it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so the two potions that you find, one of the potions is a greater healing potion, which is very lucky. The other potion is a potion of mind reading. So when you drink this potion, you gain the effect of detect thought spell. The potion is a dense, like purplish liquid.
Potion of greater healing.
Yeah.
And potion of mind reading.
Yep.
I will tell them what
there's a
it
poison.
is.
Yep.
Fine. Give it to your magical slave there, Miracle.
Alright, I guess I'll
Yep.
just tell my owl to just kind of sip it a little.
Yep. Yeah. So the interesting thing about this is that, hold on, let me go through it real quick. Sorry guys, I don't know why this is doing this.
And I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, so I'm gonna step away.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. If anyone needs to do a bio break, now's actually a good time. I have to figure something out real quick.
Perfect.
So, yep. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Also, as we break, if anyone wants to just put in the chat what magical items you have, so we can put that in the bag of holding. 'Cause
Oh, I have,
Gretna, I sent you a message, Mac.
I think it's the missile sparing glass. I had to recheck,
yeah,
but that's attuned to me.
yeah. Well, if you have it on you, that's chill. But we were talking in the chat. Amanda had pointed out, she's like, do we know what all we have, like what those other 3 rings were that we all found? And I was like, oh, it's probably in the OneNote because they're in the bag of holding. And I looked and I was like, oh crap, we don't have anything. Well, we have like all of our equipment, but not like any of the magical items we had. So I've been like making a list on the side so we can add that in, but I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah, we forgot to update that. Also,
No,
we
it's chill.
didn't figure out how much gold we put in that one time.
Oh shit. Have we
Dude.
been keeping the notes?
Hold on, I have notes of it, I'm pretty sure. Does everyone remember what session that was?
Oh shit. No, man. But if you want,
Yeah. So maybe 8 or 7?
yeah, because I remember Pure and all of them found it with the blue powder.
Yeah, I remember
that's
the blue
just-
powder.
We have a Freet bottle.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, we have the
bottle of
Affinity
fruity.
bottle. I mean, honestly, we can just write down what we have now, and I can just go back through all of the notes that Miracle's taken this far, and I'll just cross-reference. And then,
I'm
I mean,
just
people probably
checking.
have, yeah. Because I didn't think about that until Amanda was like, what were those 3 rings? And I was like, what were they?
One was a ring of truth telling.
Oh yeah, that ring was.
It was had carved faces, Electrum ring.
Yeah, it was 10,000 gold. I looked at it. Oh wait,
10,000 gold.
wait. So Honor, you're joining the
It
group?
was-
I guess what's your email so I can share the OneNote? Alright.
We have 10 gems at 1,000 gold piece each. 1 solid gold necklace.
Actually, those 10 gems were turned into dust, if I last remember.
Yeah, no, you're right, because
All of
Erasmus
them?
has that dust. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Well, no. Do we have 3 left?
No, I don't think so. I think
I don't think we did 10,000
Kiona
gold.
did all of them. I thought Kiona
Yeah.
did all of them in the hands of that one,
Yeah, because we got he's like, do this and we'll get an item out of it. And I think it was that gem that had, no, that was it the gem that had like 3 charges in it to like be able to see?
No, that was something else, I thought. Or was it?
Yeah, I think that Kino may
It
have
might
brought
have
that
been.
herself.
It might have been it, but yeah, I thought he did all of them.
Yeah.
Let me
Well, I think we
recheck.
did majority of them and we had like 3 or 4 left. May have been it.
Yeah, let me recheck. I have to figure out which.
Here's the stuff I think we all know, but we have the missile snaring gloves, alchemist jug, gauntlets of ogre strength, and sword of answering. And the mining pick, but I don't think that's it.
You know, you're not rubbing the Afridi bottle. I'm sorry to disappoint. No, no, ma'am. We may have a lot of chaotic energy going on, but it's unintentional.
Hold
Maybe if you reappear with a group, steal that next time.
Greta, did you get my private message?
All right, guys. Sorry.
I don't know
All
if I
right.
know how to do that.
Yeah, it was all 10 because it said sacrifice the
Should
10
be
and
right
you will
on
have
your-
your end or something like that.
Discord.
Right. Is
Yeah.
is everybody back?
Gage is still away from his computer.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
destroyed them
that's
all
fine.
and then he put them in the hand, or the dust goes through it. and
Yeah.
We found it or some. We found
So we
that
have,
gem of the all seeing or something, or whatever. True seeing.
yeah. But we do have the dust, and then we have the blue dust.
Yeah, we have 2 different types of dust. One from the diamonds and one from the blue dust we found. Sorry, we were just figuring out what.
Cool. Yep. No, good.
I can add it back into the bag of holding section after the game, and then as long as we all have like the stuff we've attuned to in our own inventory, I think we'll be Gucci gang.
Hmm.
All right.
God.
Oh wait, weren't we gonna figure out what everything else was? Did anyone choose the hat? I guess I'll take the hat.
Yeah, I put the hat on my head.
Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
she put it on. Yeah.
Yeah,
wasn't
and then
sure.
Erasmus put the ring on. And
I am
then-
back.
Okay, Erasmus. So this is so you do take the poison with your familiar, and this is where.
That was
I
my
don't.
familiar.
So sorry, Erasmus. What I meant to say is Erasmus has determined that this is a poison. So you do command your familiar to basically. Now, by the way, some poisons are ingested, some of them are on injury. What would you like to do with your familiar first?
Ingest. I don't feel like hurting my owl. I would have.
Yeah,
rather
it
have
can be a
someone
tiny
else.
amount. That's fine. So you do that, and you do realize that the owl, after like 3 to 4 minutes, has become poisoned. Like so, it has the poison effect essentially. So you can tell that it's groggy. It's like doing things like basically it's not right. So it's definitely poisoned in that respect. I'll give you this with your familiar. But that's all you know with doing it against your familiar. This is where it gets tricky. So
Okay. So, all right. So this is a poison of poison.
hmm yep, so far. Yep.
Poison of poison.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand that.
There
to
are
Peregrine.
certain poisons. So there are certain poisons. This is going to get complicated quickly, guys. I'll just help you out. There are certain poisons that have intelligent effects, and that's where this gets tricky. Your familiar will definitely be able to, like, for instance, I'll give you an example. If this was one of the most powerful poisons in the game, which is like a purple worm poison, it would have just died outright instantly. It takes around 42 points of damage without a DC 19 constitutional save. However, some poisons in the game are far more complicated. Erastus, the reason I'm also saying this is because you would know this as basically as having like an alchemical kit, like you would know some of this. So some poisons will just poison you, but then they might do other things that are intelligent on top of that. So for now, that's all it is. If it does another effect that doesn't damage you but has an intelligence thing, you just wouldn't know. Let's say that it lowered your intelligence and made you really stupid. Again, you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell with
So-
the owl.
From an in-game, from a science perspective, which is how I look at everything with Erastus, you are describing the difference between a poison and a toxin.
Well, except for the fact in this case, this was actually also, it did poison the owl, though, unfortunately.
Well,
That's where it gets really complicated. But yes, that's true.
like poisons need to be ingested. Toxins can be injected or be applied through any kind of skin contact. through
That's of
pets or
course true
weapons.
as well. That's on top of all that. That's of course true as well. Some of them, by the way, for instance, a purple worm poison is on injury, but an owl of Taggart and oil of Taggart is actually a contact poison. So you're absolutely right. There's 3 different ways to be poisoned in D&D: ingested, contact, or then of course injury. Injury is when it gets under your skin. There's
And-
also an inhaled, but that's a different thing. Yeah.
And
There's an inhaled, yeah.
a toxin could apply like nerve. It could be like a nerve agent. It could
Exactly.
have all these psychosomatic effects to it, and yeah. So Erastus will just explain to everyone. We don't know, and unless anyone wants to.
You could, Erastus, with your kit, you could give someone a very, 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 very small dose of this. If it's just a poison, and you're sure it is, in the sense that the worst thing that's going to happen to them physically is that they would basically feel really bad for an hour, which means that they wouldn't be able to do everything they're doing well, but it won't kill them. You know that for sure. However, there's more to this through your kit. So you're basically asking someone to be a guinea pig, and we will need an intelligent creature on this one.
No, I'm not asking anyone to do that.
I mean that's what I mean.
do.
That's what you would have to. Yeah, exactly.
I have a high intelligence.
He means like someone who could tell me what are you feeling, what symptoms are you experiencing, that kind of intelligence. Technically, the dog could do it.
Yes.
I'm gonna give the poison to obviously the rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just put it away.
Here's some dagger juice.
Okay. Cool. All right, guys. So, where would you like to go?
Orange mist. This
No.
Okay, are we able to remember, like, maybe this is the same mist that from when we were here with Kiono, if this is the similar area?
No, this is exactly the same area. It's just with Kiono, the mist wasn't there. It was a different effect. But now there's orange mist. Yeah.
No,
Yep.
when we walked in, there was mist last time, I thought.
Yes, different color. Yep.
Oh, it was
And
a different color.
Remember, guys, you still have the 3 rings in the bag of holding, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
So if anyone wants to take one out and put them on, go ahead.
I take one out and put one on.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we know one is a
Oh.
ring of truth telling, but we don't know what the other 2 are.
That's
So
right.
if you're going to take one, then someone else is welcome to take another one.
I guess I'll take the other.
So you 3 have like random ass rings on, and I guess so do I, because I have the one from the table by the sparkle by the Tesla coil.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, it only
What
took
were
us
you
2
gonna say?
hours, but our logistical preparations are completed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, if I dismissed my owl and had it come back, would it be normal?
Yeah. It's normal. It's normal.
Okay.
Can I move to the edge of that doorway where you have me?
Yep.
And use a perception check to listen for anything.
I'm gonna
Yep.
use my action to
Go for it.
re-don my power armor. As the metal spreads across my skin again, I grow like 50 pounds heavier.
11.
All right. You don't hear anything, Pyramid. It seems
Oh.
completely silent.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the corner of that and peek around the corner, see if I can see anything.
This is what you see. You see, so the ceiling is only what looks like 10 feet high, and it does slope down as it goes through here, and there's more ceiling that you can't see on this. And it looks like it's an empty corridor. You can see it exactly like it is in the stream.
I'm gonna turn back to the group and tell them what I see.
Okay.
There's a corridor down here, guys, with some stairs.
All right. I was gonna say, if we actually wanted to see
You
One
cut
sec.
out.
Yeah, you could have Miracle.
I
What
was
is
just
it?
taking a look, guys. I wasn't going anywhere.
Right behind you. And I go,
hello.
There you go.
All right. Okay. I stopped hearing, but sorry. I was saying. I don't know if you heard all of it. I was gonna say, if we actually wanted to see what was on the other side, I could literally look through the eyes and hear through the eyes of or ears of my owl and have it fly through.
Mm-hmm.
Since Erastus really wants to see what's beyond that freaking.
All right.
Or
Well, we know what's
Um,
over here. Do you want to go check out over there?
I can
Yeah.
do it with the owl without any of us going through it.
Yeah.
probably safest.
To be honest, I could literally make it into a cat.
Okay, do it.
But the owl has advantage on perception. I'll leave it as an owl.
Okay. All right. So you want to take your familiar and have it fly through the mist?
Yes, and I will see and hear through the eyes and ears.
Okay. All right. So, so you guys notice that Miracle's eyes like kind of go in the back of her head while this happens. She is now blind and deaf, and you see that the owl has basically started to fly into the mist soon. So you can see everything except for when it hits the mist. All you see is a blinding flash of light, and then nothing. Your owl's gone.
That didn't work.
The mist is still there.
Guys, I like this.
So aren't the bones underneath the mist?
Well, now I'm worried about sending Bimmy through there, but I don't like this. I changed my mind. I don't like this.
Well, we're in a situation where we can go one way, that we know where it goes to an extent, or we can go another way where we don't know where it goes.
Kino told us don't touch the mist, and now he's gone.
But that was also a different mist.
It was orange.
No, Chris said it was.
Yeah,
blue.
no, it was actually a different color. The one that interacted with. Yeah.
He said don't touch any mist. I remember.
Yeah. He did.
All right.
I agree. We already have enough trouble as it is.
I go closer to Pier.
I light a torch.
Whatever, within 20 feet of Pyramid.
All right. Yep. Pyravan lights a torch. All right. Cool.
Do you think him and Sky Lady came from the same place?
I think so. I think Henri had mentioned that Kyono was a friend of theirs.
God, they stole our fucking Professor Orb.
Well,
What if
Good
this
thing
was
she
the
didn't have
plan?
the bag.
I know they
Could have
seem so
been.
nice too,
Really
right?
could have been.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, she was super.
Beside Gretna.
She was super nice until she wasn't.
in her
Let's go a little
defense,
deeper.
I don't think
Yep.
Henri meant to. I think
How do
Kyono
we
kind
how do we know that? We
well,
don't know that this wasn't like the plan.
well, if you think about it, Kyono paid Miracle in the event that they just sporadically disappeared. So maybe on their end it was premeditated. However, Henri didn't seem to think that she was going to leave, or she didn't have an intention to.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If we see someone else, anyone else, we don't give them shit because they're just going to take it again.
That's fair. I think caution is a valid point of concern. But I'm in Henri's defense, I don't think it was premeditated. Kyono, hard to say.
So Pyravan, as you get down
She
to the
seemed like
very
a nice
bottom,
lady.
yep. As you get down to the very bottom, you do see a doorway here, a locked doorway. And then this entire area is a bit damp, but the same. It's the same exact cobblestones that you've come to be used to in the Tomb of Horrors.
Okay.
Chris, Matt
I'll
will
check
be
for traps.
beside Gretna.
Okay.
Bimmy is on top of my shell.
Nat one.
Was this for investigation or perception?
Perception. You want me to do
Okay.
investigation?
If you want to touch the door and everything, of course. Yeah.
No, I do not.
Okay. Yep.
A man.
You just don't see you don't see much. You're still confused and everything. You don't see anything.
Okay.
You don't even know if it's locked or not.
I'm gonna go back and gesture to Greta to come with me.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Okay. Yep. She does.
I want to check out the door.
Okay. Do you want to investigate it, Gretna?
Yeah.
Okay. So Gretna puts her hands on it, going up and down the doorway to
I'll
see if it's
assist.
locked. It does look like it is locked. Gretna, the one thing you do notice is that the door itself is reinforced. It's going to be very, very hard to break this down if you wanted to.
I got 15.
That said, it's locked. It's definitely locked, and you think that it's probably decently hard to try to unlock this. However, you notice that the way that this is one of the older door locks, so you notice that there's a way to brute force this if you had to get it open, but it might hurt the locking pins inside of it. So there's two ways you can try it. You can try to unlock it, which is the skillful way. But of course, if it's trapped, and it looks like it very possibly is trapped, that if you fail to unlock it, the trap will spring anyway. Or you can try to brute force this, which will break the lock. And then there's a chance the trap could still go off, but it's far less.
Let's go grab Erastus and see if he and I can take a look at this thing so we can prevent any further issues.
Yeah, all right.
Unless you had a better idea, I'm open to things.
No, that's okay. I'm looking at the stone
Take a
around
little
and thinking
risk.
if I can get through that way.
Well, what do you think? Can you?
Yeah, let's get him. It's better to at least try the safe way before we do something.
Alrighty, Miss Independent, you do you.
Dangerous. No, get Erastus. It's fine.
While she's doing that, I'll go get Erastus.
But
Come down here.
I am standing 30 feet from you.
Huh. I didn't notice you with your head in there. Okay.
Chris, can you zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, I can. Sorry about that, guys. Yep. So you're coming. You're gonna come over by her. Sorry.
Yeah, and I actually get to roll twice for perception checks because I get to look and Bimmy gets to look because he has a stat block now.
Cool. Yep. Very
I
cool.
move out of the way
Yep.
of the door so he can check it out.
And then I'll assist with his
Caddy corner.
stuff.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
All right.
Move me back like.
Well,
10
my
feet.
passive is 18, and I rolled a 4, so that definitely
fine.
doesn't be
It
my
doesn't-
passive.
Yeah, you can do your passive. It's fine.
And
So-
Bimmy, let me roll
Yep.
for Bimmy.
Yep.
Roll d20. Bimmy rolled a 6. So
Okay.
whoops.
Well, anyway, so
Sorry,
it is.
Amanda.
So not only is it certainly trapped, but you notice that if you were to have brute forced this through, that there is a second mechanism inside that actually looks like it is tied to the ceiling right where you are. So quite frankly, it looks like if you do brute force it, something bad happens to you from the ceiling itself. So this has to be unlocked. However, with your passive investigation, you're pretty sure you can unlock this. DC is going to be very simple for you. Matter of fact, you don't have to roll. You can just unlock it if you decide to.
Hey, Gretna.
Yeah.
This is an unbreakable lock. I'm sorry. I might have one thing that can break it, and I'm just gonna without breaking eye contact with her, just lockpick it.
Okay.
Turns
Yep.
out I was wrong. It was actually really easy.
Yeah, so you are able to open this, and as you open it, you see that there is. So here's how the room looks. There's a half wall here, and then there's another closed door.
Not it,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
guys. Have I mentioned? Probably not. That I really, really fucking hate this place.
Yeah, you and I both.
Maybe in passing, you've mentioned it once.
Like, I will take being run out of 10 villages before I come back here.
Yep.
Well, I mean, now I have this armor, they can fucking try, but, you get the gist.
Well, what has you saying this now? What's the problem?
Tired of every time I open a door, or break down a wall, or threaten a gnome, there's another thing.
He was a halfling.
Whatever. I mean, there's just there's always something else.
That's
Can we just get this lich guy to just come out and just I don't know.
Yep.
What was his name? Like a Sarasak or something? What was it?
Sirac, first
Okay.
off. Secondly, don't think
Yeah.
you should put disrespect on his name.
It's not like he's
He
not like
loves turtle soup.
Beetlejuice. Yeah, well, you don't say his name 3 times and he shows up.
We could try.
Watch out,
Maybe.
he loves turtle soup.
Well, I'm not a turtle. They're completely different. I'm not a turtle any more than you're a chimpanzee.
So back to the subject of you're irritated about one thing being after another. I could just Thaumaturgy the door open.
You can try, but it's gonna be something. There's something. Go ahead, give it a shot. I'm just gonna step to the side, grumbling.
I'll stand in the doorway of what Erastus had just opened, and I'll try and use Thaumaturgy to open the other door.
Okay. You're standing where Erastus is now?
Yeah, because he said he moved over.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. All right, you do that, but it's locked. It's not opening.
Okay, I lied. I can't open it unless it's unlocked. Unless you want to get Bimmy to do it or Barry to do it.
He can't. He doesn't have hands. Bimmy doesn't have hands.
You should give him hands next time you upgrade him.
It doesn't work like that. He can't fly if he has hands.
He'll find a way around it, I'm sure.
Do you guys want me to do it?
What's your passive perception, Erastus?
18.
Okay. The one thing you also notice is that on the
17. 17, sorry.
17. That's fine. You still notice this. On the ceiling of this part of the tomb, there is what looks like a black spot. It looks like it's 5 feet in diameter. It's blacker than the other shadows. Strangely. So there's something going on with that.
Hey,
But there is like a black spot. It's the equivalent of this square here.
hey, Miracle, can you come here real quick, please?
Miracle, you're close anyway, so yeah.
I'm just gonna point. See right there, that thing right there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
can you just
said
like
something.
shoot fire at it? I'm pretty sure that's a very bad thing. And well,
Yeah, and Miracle
How
also
far
to
away is it?
it's only it's in your range. It's only 15 to 20 feet and then up. Miracle, to clarify with your component pouch thing, you absolutely can get mundane components through that. Once you level, you can like ask to go through it. It's just the ones that have a cost, like for instance pearls and things like that, you wouldn't be able to grab.
you have to go to shops and buy them,
Yeah,
which is really fucking crazy because
Alright,
100
I
gold
was-
in meta is a lot of money.
it's a lot of money. Yeah.
Alright, I was just like I was confused on that. I was like, how would that
For the
work?
mundane stuff, definitely. For a lot of people, by the way, cheat this and don't even ever track it. I just happen to track it, which is, by the way, why some people don't even take identify because, like, fuck, if I can ritual cast it, why the fuck am I doing this? But anyway, and I have to talk, Henri. By the way, that reminds me, we kind of abuse this in the other group too. I know brother had a solution, but you have enough money that it doesn't really matter. But I'll talk to him about the next session. Anyway, for this though, your mundane components you can grab all in the book. Just nothing like the pearl that actually costs a lot of money. Like 100 gold is an insane amount for a normal person. Anyway, so it's. Right, but it actually gets consumed.
Yeah, and
did.
we don't have owl feathers.
Hi. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Because I was reading. That's weird. Because I was
Oh.
actually reading. Maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. Because I was actually reading. So Erastus had mentioned that if it has a gold cost, it generally gets consumed. And I actually just looked that up, and it does look like that's what people were saying. Is
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
Oh, I see.
I
So
was
you just need
absolutely wrong. I was
you just need the
absolutely
pearl.
wrong.
You just need the pearl then. So you're right. So we were
Wait.
doing it right in the other
Oh.
group.
Because I have a few spells in my other
Kayla, you're sorry.
Huh?
I'm hearing you in real life, and I just got up and closed the door. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Good.
No,
Okay.
I-
So that means we didn't cheat it in the other group. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
What's weird though, what's super weird is when you
So
look
what
that up
was
as a forum question, people do believe that ritual is something that costs 100 gold each time. Anyway,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That was a Crawford correction.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
just sent you the
Fine.
sage advice on it as
Yep.
a link on Discord if you ever want to review it.
Gotcha. Okay. But that's fine. I'm glad we didn't screw that up in the last
So
group. Anyway.
for a quick summarization, the pearl required by the identify spell isn't consumed, whereas a diamond required by the raise dead is used.
Right. Gotcha.
Oh, so we're actually fine.
No, you still need a pearl. You still need
Oh.
100 gold pearl. You have to find one. They found one in the tomb itself, which is why they were able to use this. But yeah, I'm just happy we didn't screw that up. That's good. But anyway, so it's close. It's like only 25, 30 feet. Henri, I promise. I hope at least you're coming in soon, but we'll see. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. So
shoot it.
yeah. So he.
Give me actually a second, because you see, I don't have firebolts anymore.
Mhm.
Hey,
I have
Gretna,
to see what I can do.
Yep.
still got the little magical god fire thing, light thing?
What light thing?
I don't know what it's called. I don't.
I mean, I have Ray of Frost.
Maybe that'll work.
Okay. So you want to try to attack the dark spot essentially?
Sure.
Okay, you can. Okay. So all right. So
Right there.
go ahead
On the
and roll to hit just to make sure you can at least hit this 5-foot thing. Go ahead and roll. This is just to aim your spell.
It's my soul out there.
And now keep in mind it's going to extend you burn your spell slot, but yep.
It's a ray of frost.
Ray
It's a
of,
cantrip.
Ray of Frost
Oh, it's
is a
cantrip?
cantrip.
Oh, you're right. What am I saying? Yep. That's the budget. That's the one that's a beam of like white light. Yeah, I think it is. I'll look it
24?
up. Okay, so you hit it dead on. Yeah, a frigid beam of blue-white light streaks through. Yeah, okay. So you see that she basically takes this entire ray. It goes into the dark spot. The dark spot doesn't move or go through it. However, it does. It is a blue-white light. So what's interesting is that immediately when it hits this this dark spot, all the light within her ray of frost just gets basically eaten up within this. So there's no other, like, it doesn't even illuminate enough for you to see what this is. So either it is a hole that is eating light, or something weird, because you weren't able to. The light did not refract the way that you would expect it to.
Huh.
Is this
Weird.
like that barrel where it was just so dark, or like the tree where it was just so dark we couldn't see?
Oh my god, it's more nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's similar. This is not exactly the same to you. It doesn't look the same, but it's definitely similar.
Bimmy spotlights, go.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
I wanted to ask this earlier. Would I have been able to ritual cast the Find Familiar again?
Yeah, you can ritual cast Find Familiar. That's
Alright.
fine. Yeah.
He's gonna use his spotlights to look.
Okay. Yeah. So if Bimmy flies up and gets close enough to it, he can see. So when Bimmy does put the lights first of all, when Bimmy puts his lights into it, it's like the light just gets consumed each time. Like you can't see what the actual object is. But when Bimmy does put his searchlights around the object, you notice that this is like an orb on top of. It's a black orb on top of the ceiling. You can only tell by the edges, but every time he looks directly at it, you can't see it. It's like a black orb of darkness.
Huh. I don't like that. Okay. Well, someone's. I guess it ain't bothering us.
Yeah, let's go check out this next
Man,
one.
you know what would be great right now? If we
Yeah.
had
Crystal orb.
if we had like an orb that we could ask what that was.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
would
that
be
thing
great.
called again? Oh,
Yeah. So you want to step in, right, Pyramid?
Yeah.
And like look for the other door. Yep. So
The Professor Orb?
yeah, no, it's it's funny. What's really funny though is if I was playing, and I'm from MetaSense, if I was playing this group too, I would just naturally assume that they were stealing from you as well. The truth is, obviously they weren't. But
And the next person we find,
yeah.
I'm also gonna think is gonna steal from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live up to the expectations.
Specifically said, hey, I just want to make sure that I'm careful because I don't want to take anything because I know Keanu took some. Like, so it's super funny, but yeah.
Probably I'm leaving
Like
that
super-
happen.
Yeah. She did actually say that to me privately, but anyway. So anyway, this is very important. So Pirvin, you step into the room here. Go ahead and make a dexterity save. This is what you guys see. Pirvin literally just basically slams into the wall. Let's see if you're dexterous enough to actually flip over. It looks like he's now magnetically stuck to the top of the wall. What's actually happened, Pirvin, though, is that gravity switched on you. You literally fell to the ceiling. But go ahead and make your dexterity saving throw. Let's see what you did.
20.
Okay, so Pirvin does this expertly, and Pirvin, you're walking around like you see him land, but it is very clearly to you that gravity has completely swapped. You are on the ceiling right now to them,
Oh,
but to you, the room is upside down. So so basically, gravity is swapped.
I know what that is.
What
Well,
in
you're
the
gonna-
world?
It's graviturgy.
Graviturgy? Gravity magic?
Yeah, it's pretty rare. It's like right up there with chronergy.
You know, you're gonna have to. I'm a lay person when it comes to magic, so you're gonna have to throw me a bone here.
Pirvin, move over.
So
I
he's
move
gonna
over.
have to catch us on the ceiling.
No, just jump. You run in there and jump, and you'll be pretty close to the floor, and you'll just flip over.
Wouldn't we hit our head?
I ain't a jumper.
Yeah, fuck it, yeah. This will be great. Watch this. Ready? I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna cross
Jump
the
as high as
threshold
you
and
can.
jump as high as I can, and I'm gonna retreat to my shell.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
try to flip over.
No, that's
Well,
fine. If you
attempts
retreat
to
into your
help him
cell,
catch.
your armor is high enough that you're not gonna have to take damage. So if you do that, so you can't jump very far because you're super heavy, but you do see that Erasmus does retreat in his shell, and his shell slams super hard into the ceiling. And then he, retracts and he's,
Yep.
obviously
I
fine.
just
Yep.
throw myself over and then stand up on the roof.
Yep.
All right, CO, come on.
I can't tell if the jumping helped you or not, or if it was the shell.
Well, I will reach up for me, which I guess it's down for me, and try to catch her.
You could try. Yeah.
Well, at least break her fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would
Right.
land on my shoulders.
So, CO, now that you know what's going to happen, I'm letting everyone brace for this because gravity's going to swap on you. So it does lessen the DC just a tad, but you are going to fall the equivalent of 10 feet no matter what. But you're falling upside down. So that's the hard part. So
Wait a second. I got an idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to retreat into my shell and have Pyrvin flip me over.
I flip him over.
So
Yeah.
that my flat belly is exposed. And throw us your pillows and blankets, your bedrolls.
Oh.
Yep.
Sure.
that you can do.
And then just
Alright,
put
you
your
throw 'em the
bedrolls,
pillow and
put your
blanket.
bedrolls on my belly, and then I am a mattress effectively.
Okay,
Pyr-
that
Pyrvin,
sounds fair.
The one thing that you notice, though, so here's the thing: when Pyrvin went to go step outside, so you could do this, step in this direction, Pyrvin, you got tugged ever so slightly to that black orb thing. It was very slight, but there's something going on with that. You did
Do
get
I?
tugged there. No, you're too heavy. But Pyrvin did notice that when he stepped aside, he got slightly tugged. He doesn't know what it is. But Pyrvin, you'd be able to say this.
What
now.
about Bemmy? Because he's like 15 pounds.
Well, see, that's the I was going to tell you. We're going to have to do a miniature for Bimmy since he's his own thing now. So you have to tell me when he moves over with you.
Well, I'll just assume that he's always like claws dug into the lip of my shell, unless I otherwise specify.
Oh, if that's the case, I mean, all right. So that means Bimmy's going to take some damage since you like fell on him with your unless he's going to try to like fly or whatever.
Yeah, like if I'm anticipating falling on him, if I'm not going to fall on him, I'll have him fly outside with CO. If that's the case, like if I think I was going to fall on him and damage him, he would stay with CO.
Yeah.
Or
let's
free.
do this with Bimmy too. I'm going to see if I can get. This is actually going to be equivalent for Bimmy. I think I can shrink this. So hold on 1 second. Let's just make sure.
Pierre, are you going to mention anything about feeling that drag towards the hole?
This will be
getting
Bemmy
there.
as just a thing. I don't think I have a crow, but I'll look. But anyway, so Bemmy's like. So what did you want Bemmy to do?
He's just on CO's shoulder. If he's not, if I'm in danger, but CO's not, Bimmy will be with CO.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay.
All right, so it's safe to assume that they throw us the bags and everything, and we put them up on top. Okay, so
yeah. So you guys have a pretty decent like cushion now.
Landing pad.
Yeah. So you don't. So you can just basically fall.
All right, guys. So we got this set up for you, but I do have to let you guys know that I don't weigh as much as Erastus does. So whenever you guys come in here, you have to be careful because I was tugged over to the corner of the nothingness. And we need to be extra careful with Miracle because she weighs nothing as well.
How much you weigh, Pierre?
I used that because I probably weigh the least.
Yeah.
Should we fasten ourselves to each other with rope then?
I mean, you could just tie everyone to me again.
Yep.
Yeah. Should we go and do that so there's no running the risk of somebody getting pulled our way?
Yup.
Well, the three of us can tie to each other, and the first one who hits him, jumps up to Erastus can tie themselves onto him.
Right.
That would be the heaviest one of us. Who's the heaviest one of us?
Because not only am I 300 pounds, but I still have 8 ounces of those rocks in my pocket. That's like another 60 pounds.
So this is how it works. So Erastus is here in the upside down area, which is your ceiling. And this where the light is, that's where that black orb is. So he's still pretty close to it. He has to be, unfortunately, to catch you guys. He's got to be where he's at to catch everyone. But if anyone were to bounce off of this, you're definitely going into the orb. And everyone can see that.
I put a little gif in the chat of what was going to happen if Miracle bounces off me. Oh, that's funny.
Okay, well, so it's jump on Erastus and harness ourselves to each other and try and make it out of this room.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, right?
All right. Who wants to go first?
Who's the heaviest?
Macmorn.
Yeah, probably
Mac. Sounds good.
All right. All right, Mac.
So we tie ourselves to each other, and Mac jumps in.
Like a chain gang.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Macmorn gets close to the threshold. He knows he's going to fall, so he anticipates it. And sure enough, he
I'm stepping
does.
away for a second.
Yeah, Macmorn is not dexterous enough. Mac, are you there, by the way?
I'm dexterous.
Are you dexterous? Are you? What's your modifier?
+1.
Oh, okay. I'll let you make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can actually at least land upright. You're not going to take damage because of the pillows, but go ahead quickly and make your dexterity saving throw. So you guys see that Macmorn goes through and he does fall the same way that everyone else has, head first.
3.
Yeah, and he slams into the pillows, neck first. So, however, Mac, you are able to get into the pillows, and you notice a slight tug even yourself when you hit it, but it's nothing that you can't like mitigate, and you get into the same square as like Pyravin on the next side. All right, who's next?
Tie yourself to tie at the end of the rope to the turtle.
Yep.
I'll secure the rope.
Okay. All right, who's next?
I'll go next.
All right, Gretna. So same thing. Gretna goes through. Go ahead and make a dexterity save just to see how you land.
9.
Okay. All right. You still unfortunately land head first, even though you try your best. It does hit, same kind of pull, but you're not. It's fine, and you're able to stand next to Pyramid as well. All right. Who's next?
I grab like my arm onto Pyravin just so that he's kind of secured too in case anything happens.
Yep. That's a good idea. All right. Who's next? You want to go, Miracle? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Sure, I just calculated and I weigh 75 pounds.
Okay. Yep. 70. Okay. So you are exceptionally light. All right, Miracle. So for you, even though you're tied on, you know that it's going to be better if you can land feet first, because then you can grab on to the bedrolls and stuff, because you actually have like talons that you can like hold things with.
Yeah.
So
ironically, I was gonna ask if I can do a handstand and just walk forward.
Oh, you totally can, actually. You absolutely can. Yeah. So why don't you try that and just do a performance check to make sure that you can do the handstand without falling over.
That's funny. I'm actually going to do that next if it works.
Yeah. Just do the performance check to make sure that you don't fall over before this happens. But absolutely.
14.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely good enough. So you do see that Miracle does do this handstand. She walks over with her hands, and sure enough, she falls perfectly in line, and you grab on and you go through it. Now, the one thing you notice is this is definitely pulling you in. You're light enough that you are pulling in little by little, inch by inch, but like Pyravin grabs you, other people grab you, and you're good for now. Now that there's enough weight, actually, but it definitely was pulling you in. All right, see you. Same thing. Performance check if you want to try a handstand.
Yep.
I was just like, wait, I'm gonna check how much I actually weigh, and I'm just like, well, crap.
That's a good idea.
11.
All right. So you are able to get the handstand up, but you're kind of stuck where you are. Like you can't like move forward with your hands to go through it. You fall a little bit. You try it again. You get back up. You try it a third time, and finally you're able to go through. This time you are able to go through and at least land on your feet.
And they're landing on me, correct?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're landing on you with the bedrolls and everything else. How much do you weigh? How much does your character weigh, Sue? Like 100?
Seymour weighs like, let me check. I want to say it's like 140.
Yeah,
A gentleman
140 is
would
what I
ever
expected,
ask.
Yeah.
Almost double
140
my
is
weight.
exactly what I expected, but yeah.
Well,
Yeah, she weighs like 130.
Okay, so you're fine. So you hit it, and you are at least able to land on your feet, and then gracefully get over here too. But so as you guys are now in this area or whatever, as you even get in this area too, you notice that the orb itself doesn't really give off any kind of like sound at all. It is like it's kind of like nothingness.
A black hole!
Is everyone across?
Everyone's across now.
Okay, I'm
Miracle's
gonna
turn too.
I'm gonna pop out of my shell and stand up.
Yep.
I
Alright.
am
I-
impelled because I'm too light.
I want to test something. I'm gonna take out my water skin.
So as you do that though, as you go through and pop that up, you're trying to be careful. Go ahead and give me either a sleight of hand or you can do a straight dexterity check if you want to as well to get those bedrolls off of you while you're getting up.
I have slapped him with some guidance before he did that.
That's fine. If you see him do it, that's fine. Yeah, I'll let him do that.
We're gonna slap some guidance on this man.
Yeah.
You needed it too. 1.
So a 5 total.
You did a 1 though, right?
No, she rolled a 1. I rolled.
Oh, gotcha.
I have a 5. I rolled a 3 plus 1 and then another plus 1.
3 plus 1?
5.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So Erasmus does this, but he's a little clumsy when he does it, and one of your bedrolls does touch the orb and vanishes. It like gets sucked in immediately, vanishes, like almost in a split second. You still have another bedroll, and you still have like the other thing, but you did lose a bedroll doing this.
That's fine. I have an extra one in my bag that I never, literally ever use.
Yep.
Miracle's gonna look to the others and just be like, "Thanks for not letting me slide to that."
Okay.
I want to test something, guys.
Yep.
I'm going to take out my water skin, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out an empty beaker. I'm going to pour some water into the beaker, and I want to see if the water in the beaker doesn't go to the bottom. I want to see if it's pulling towards this.
Yeah.
So, and I assume it is.
Yeah, so it does look like that's the case, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna open it, and I'm gonna watch the water fly out, and I want to see if the water speed picks up as it gets closer to this anomaly. Like, is there a point where there's like a once you cross this, like for layman's terms, I'm trying to find the event horizon where once I cross this point, the pull is strong enough that you're not getting out.
Yeah, it looks like around like the 6-inch or so mark of the actual orb itself is when it's like past its point of no return. But it does look like it was getting pulled in. But around 6 inches before it hits the total darkness, like the edge of the orb, is when it speeds up to the point of you couldn't even necessarily see it. However, you are very, very perceptive. So
it's not a linear increase in speed. It's progressive.
No. It looks like it's progressive. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone, I would stay away from this thing as far away as you can possibly get. The closer you get to it, the stronger the pull is on you.
Yeah.
The farthest we can get away from this and go by it.
Like,
it looks to be 5 feet. Or
5 feet.
Inches. This is a situation where inches matter.
If it was a true event horizon, we'd always see the object. It would never disappear.
Hey, so is this an area where I probably have to be freaking held while we pass this thing?
Well, so that's the thing. You're light enough that you just don't know, and it's probably safer to be held, you would think, common sense wise, yeah. Yeah.
Tight grips.
All right. So
someone open the door.
Pyravin said that he wanted to look at the door anyway. So we already know that CO tried to open this door and it was locked. So Pyravin?
Yeah, I will go ahead and take a look to see what kind of mechanisms there are and go from there.
Right. It does look to be a semi-complicated locking mechanism, like the one before, but go ahead and do a perception check. Let's see how much you can gather from this.
12.
All right. The only thing that you notice is that it's got some teeth inside the actual. There's some little like very sharp looking, jagged like locking teeth inside the locking mechanism, but that's all you notice.
And unfortunately, I'm so kind of bulky that there's no way I can get up there without like passing
That's
through
right.
everyone, which would kind of be a risk at this point. So I'm going to stay in the back. I unfortunately cannot assist other than a mage hand.
Yep.
Yeah, I can help give guidance, but that's about all I can do. I don't have proficiency in
But-
anything like thieves' tools.
And
Sleight of
this,
hand.
this is just me personally. I don't think I can use mage hand because there's like 5 people in front of me. I really wouldn't have a good line of sight on it.
Yeah, you could definitely put your mage hand up over in this direction or above the orb. You just don't know what that would do. Or in this, you could summon it here too. But the problem is using mage hand is going to be
Yeah.
super difficult because you
I
can't see.
wouldn't be able to see
Yeah.
what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Doing very good. So
Yeah.
this will be a Gretna Pyravan team effort, I believe.
Oh boy.
Yep. All right,
Okay.
all right,
You
guys.
can do it.
I'll try and help you.
All right, go ahead, Pirvin.
So someone's
Can
gonna
I give
have
him
to.
guidance?
And I'm holding Miracle.
You can. So this is one of those locks that you have to use sleight of hand. So you're gonna have to use sleight of hand anyway. You're actually gonna have to use your lockpicking tools and all that. If you don't have lockpicking tools, it's impossible. So
And I do create Mage Hand, and I use it to cast resistance through it, and I touch Pyravan, so he has resistance as well as I'm assuming guidance.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Is the guidance just a +1?
Plus D4.
It's
Yes,
a D4.
D4.
I can roll that for you, or if
Yeah.
you can.
But
Yeah,
you do
just
need
go
to
ahead and
use your
roll real
mage.
quick.
You do need to use your thieves tools, and this
Guys.
one's going to be a sleight of hand check. Yep.
Guys, you're accidentally in the general game chat too, not dice.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I just realized that. But you have a +4, Pyravan, so you have like a 25.
Okay, so yeah, I'll take out my thieves' tools, and
Yep.
I'll use my thieves' tools on the mechanism, and
Yep.
for a total of 25. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So everyone watches Pirvin expertly and very, very quickly unlocks this door. Pirvin, there were 3 different traps that you went through to do this. That you caught them, but because you rolled so incredibly high, you were able to essentially like jam in the picks and the springs on every single one. 25 extraordinary high. So you're able to open this. As soon as Pirvin opens this, everyone makes a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Ah,
crap.
Even me?
Also,
Yes,
I'm-
even you. Because we are
Oh,
all
no.
slamming into the other direction. Yep. Gravity changes
Wait.
immediately. So
Wait.
what ends up happening is, as soon as Pirvin opens this door, gravity swaps itself
Ha,
yet
I got
again.
even less than you did.
I
Yeah.
have
It's not
an
a competition.
I have an issue.
Hey!
Yep.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Kit, Erastus, how are you holding me?
With my hand.
Erastus is also
Well, that might actually be worse because if Erastus falls on you, that's going to suck hard.
Well,
but-
I did roll a 3, so
Oh god, yeah. So you're definitely gonna slam into her. That's fine. That's totally fine. So Erastus, so you guys do see Erastus and Miracle. Miracle, still make your dexterity saving throw though. It'll
You
depend on
guys
how
are
well you do.
horrible.
I rolled just as good as Pyravan. I rolled just as good as Pyravan.
Can I give guidance?
I think
You
I
got an
can't-
8?
Oh,
What's
hey.
gonna happen in that?
Pyravan, you have resistance, so that means you get to add a D4 to your saving throw.
Yeah.
And also, Pyravan, you rolled a Dex check. You need to roll
Oh,
a Dex save,
oops.
Yeah.
which
Oh,
you
Should I
might
type out
actually
that?
Oh, no.
exclamation point S
Alright.
Dex.
So you take so you take 8 point. You take 8
Oh,
points of damage.
Pyravan.
Not just from the fall, but also from Erastus's shell and other things. So you get hurt decently bad as you fall. Erastus, you're only gonna take your D4, which you take 2 points of damage. So what else? What were the other rolls?
That
Me,
doesn't
Mine was
that,
a 3.
Okay, yeah. So,
that doesn't even take off my temporary HP.
yeah. You
Well,
take 3
I
points
guess
of
what I
damage,
did-
Gretna. Pyravan, what'd you get?
20.
All right, so Pyravan again expertly just somersaults over, lands perfectly. Bimmy can just fly, so that's not a big deal. Macmorn, what'd you get?
Hey, I got a 16.
All right, so Macmorn's actually
16.
able to do the same, and you like basically go through, flip over, and just barely land on your feet, but pretty it's pretty impressive. Yeah,
I think I killed the bird.
yeah, you definitely hurt her a decent amount. So yeah,
Well, when that happened, she'd probably just kind of give up a squawk.
yeah. But at least now the black orb is still on the ceiling. So the black orb is still on the ceiling now. So you're no known danger of that, but it has everything's like flipped
Chris, I'm
over.
sorry. How much damage did I take?
Just 3
Okay.
3 points of damage.
Um,
took
God.
8.
Number tonight.
God.
Um,
Yeah.
like
Someone-
Erasmus,
Give me offer.
Sia will help roll Erasmus off of
Absolutely, so will I.
Miracle. But
Killing her.
can I assume that the pseudo dragons just like curled up?
Oh yeah, so that I was about to mention this on both times. I should have mentioned this before. No, the pseudo dragon does curl, but the pseudo dragon's really really good at this, and every single time it's able to fly. It
Okay.
doesn't actually fall or anything. It flies both
Well,
times.
that's what I thought too. I was like, I don't want to crush it, and I was going to give it guidance, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
No, it does. It does each time. Each time, by the way, I should have mentioned this already. Each time you fall, by the way, and by the way, the first time when you did your handstand, it was right next to you going through it. But this time, it would actually look at you and go through things and make sure. Especially if you got hurt, it would be all over you. So, but it does fly. Yeah, it does fly.
I'm a little all over it too. I go over to Miracle. Miracle, you okay? You need Miracle. I just healing, whatever. I cure
Yeah.
wounds her.
Okay. Yep. Go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you would definitely be a little. You would probably be a little bleed. I mean, 8 is a pretty powerful hit, so it's like you took like a sword strike almost. Like it's you would have been hurt. You would have been bleeding somewhere probably.
I
so.
went from 24 HP to 13.
Yeah, you would have been. That would have really sucked for you. So yeah.
Okay. How
But
does
at
that
least the
work?
room is open now, and sure enough, you are back into another room with another
Gretna.
door.
I
Gretna.
understand. Okay, so
Gretna.
that's 1d8. Why does it say -9?
Because it's healing and not damaging. But
Oh, okay. Okay,
but
so that's
Gretna.
9, 10, 11. You got 12.
okay, but Gretna, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
this. You
What?
forgot to do the long rest thing, which is !GLR. So it still says that you use 2 slots, but if I remember, this is your first time casting something today. So you can
is.
so you can do the GLR and just cast it again, but we'll still do the 12.
Okay.
Just so
I don't
you
understand
have
what you're
that
saying.
spell slot back.
It says you cast 2 spells because you never
I know
updated.
it should have, and I thought I had done the long rest. Yeah. Okay.
You forgot
You gotta
to do
update it.
Damn, I thought I did that. Alrighty.
You updated it, but you didn't do the long rest to gain your spell slots back. But cast it again so that 1 spell slot is gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, look, guys, a third door.
That's right.
Oh
So you
my
walk
God.
into a very similar
would've
looking,
guessed?
almost identical room with a third door.
All right, let's check for traps. See how it goes.
Okay. As soon as you touch the door, Piravin, everyone hears a voice echo through their mind. It's so good, as a matter of fact, that you're not entirely sure that it's audible or not, because it's a strange, eerie sound. But it is a very, very familiar voice. It sounds like the voice from the very beginning of the tomb, and it says, "Surprise! How do you like my tomb? I've seen you. I've watched you. Now pay close attention. The next room is going to be your death. Go down the hall all the way to the right. Great treasure lies there, but also a risk." That's it. That's all you guys hear. It does seem like so Sio, you think that this is definitely some kind of magic, and you're not sure that was actually an audible sound. You think that it was probably like some kind of weird spell thaumaturgy like thing. Yeah.
Yeah, thaumaturgy, but more powerful.
Right.
Chris, could you post it so I can put that in the notes later?
No, so this one and the ones going forward, I actually want you guys to. I want to try something. I want everyone to just kind of remember what they did and write it down. I'm going to look at it afterwards, but That's I think the most fair way to go through it. The longer ones I'll post, but when they're short like this, I just want your characters to kind of remember what was said.
So
Because he only says it once.
if we go
Yeah.
in the next room, we die. He's listening to us. I said it in meta, so that makes it my joke. They said it in character. It's my joke. Yeah,
Haven't
yeah,
even started.
yeah. Only a real jerk would steal.
Yeah. And Pyravin, so the one thing that you notice on this door that's different from the last door, even getting up from it close up, is that this door seems very thin. It does not seem not only as sturdy as the other doors, but you can tell by the seam, like right here going through it, you can tell that
I
it's
yank
not
on
a
it
thick
hard
door at all.
backwards.
Okay. All right. So Pyravin is actually able to open this door up and it splinters. So it was locked, but it's so flimsy, Pyravin, that you're actually able to open this and it kind of like breaks into another door. So he actually opens it the opposite way. It does break apart and there's another door behind it.
Aras just starts like softly beating his head up against the brick wall.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Traps.
Hold on. Can I say something?
Yeah. Erastus, you would notice this through your passive perception. The entire area of lined with the store now is lined with this very, very, very subtle but very real glowing green effect.
Uh-oh.
I
Henri,
hate this.
So Henri, for you, this is now very, very different. Like your group did something very different last time. Henri's group did not do what you guys just did. So
They probably did something with the mist, I imagine.
anyway, so yeah. Yeah. I'm not even sure you were there for this part, Henri. I don't think you were, but I could be. Yeah. Yeah. But Henri, for the record, so you guys know, this is very, very different from Henri's group. Anyway.
Guys,
Neither was I.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news for the 16th time. Does anyone else see those green lights?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you pointed them out, they're pretty apparent. Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I hate this shit so much. Everything, every 5 feet, it's just another peril.
Can you tell me what the fuck this
Hold
is,
on.
please?
That's why it's called the Tomb of Horrors.
Wars. That sounds like a good place.
Can we go to the Tomb of Mild Discomfort?
Maybe next time.
I don't think we were
That's
chosen
Chuck E.
for
Cheese.
that.
No, we're special. We had to come to this one.
You know
I think
what?
we're pretty special.
Fuck being special. I want to be plain.
You ain't plain.
Yeah, being plain means you don't have your power armor, right?
Yeah, but I'm alive, so
You're more alive because of that armor.
Everybody but Dox is alive.
yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest on the side of a cliff.
That you shoved her
Take
dead
credit.
body off of.
Well, first off, it was a him, so we obviously weren't
Chris.
that attached.
It was a
Yep.
her.
Go for it, Miracle. What's up?
I'm gonna open my journal that
Yep.
my character has.
Yep.
Because I have
You cut out, Miracle.
I'll be right back. He's
because
back.
I have this written down in it. It says Azaret congratulates you on your powers of observation. So make
Yep.
of this whatever you wish. You will for you will be mine in the end, no matter what. Go back to the Tormentor or through the arch. In the second great hall, you'll discover. Shun green if you can, but the knight's good color is for those of great valor. If shades of red stand for blood, the wise will not need sacrifice aught but a loop of magic metal.
Yep. So Miracle reads all that to you guys.
Right.
So green and green means we need to do what now?
Shun.
Yeah, but it's right
Okay.
there. What do we do?
After hearing this, I
Uh,
put my hand to my head and I just turn around and I walk the way we came.
Wait.
I'm sorry. I thought of that
instead of
saying.
telling-
No, she's fine.
Well,
But
what
I
if
also-
we just take a few minutes to look and see if there are hidden doors here in
I
the
don't listen
walls?
to anyone. I just walk away.
Yep,
I was
that's
gonna
fine. Yep.
say we could look around here also, but we don't have a loop of magic metal. That's the only issue. If we do get into this
Well-
room, what I'm thinking is we need that magic metal for this room.
Well, the only magic metal I can think of is either the metal that Erasmus and everyone else was able to gather back in the other portion of the tomb.
Nuh-uh.
Or I think we still have the gold chain from all of those gems.
Wait,
were
we
able to
need-
pluck-
The
We have
gold
weapons
chain.
and magic.
We need magic metal.
Yeah, but the gold chain was not magic. I remember that. I said it wasn't magic. Only the diamonds were.
I gestured to my entire body encased in magical metal.
Could we maybe just make the gold chain magical?
Infusing
We
magic.
don't even need it right now.
Piran, how far did you want to walk? Did you want to go back to the like altar room, or
No, I wanted to walk past the first door that we came through.
okay? Yep. So Piran's walking back. Yep. Okay.
Wait, why do we need magic metal? This is me asking. I went to the restroom.
My
There's a
character
part of the
brought up.
secret.
My character brought up, if shades of red stand for blood, the wise will not need sacrifice, aught but a loop of magic metal. From
Is
the
That's if it's
first
red.
saying we heard.
Read the green
But
part
we-
again.
Okay, it says shun green if can, but knight's good color is for those of great valor. But I'm saying if we go into this room and it's red, we just need a loop of magic metal.
So
I mean,
you guys
I-
noticed that the Pseudo. You guys noticed at this point that the Pseudo dragon, for the first time, flies away from you a bit, Co, and it goes into the wall, right here, and it telepathically reaches its mind out to you, Co, and it says, "There's a portal beyond that door."
What kind
This is one of the
portal?
hidden. Yeah, this is one of the hidden effects of this specific. He says he tells you. He says it's a magic portal. I can see it.
Can you tell where it goes by looking at it?
And he says
don't want
no. He says no. We'd have to go through it to find out.
But it's beyond the door.
Yep, I can see it.
What color?
And
Can you-
by the way, what he does is he forces you to see through his eyes. So this
Oh.
is the first time that you can learn that you can do this. He's now like and you can see directly through his eyes, and you see it as sure as day too. You see the portal through the doorway, and it is this green swirling portal. And then he gives you back your vision.
All right.
You now
So-
have magical resistance, by the way, as well. So,
To what?
yeah, you can. Yeah, you resist all magic. You can see it on the Pseudo dragon stat block. It's pretty fucking amazing. But yeah.
So there's apparently a green swirling portal beyond the door, so I don't know if we should really tamper with it. Just a thought.
I say let's just leave. It says shun green, so
You don't think it wants us to go through that portal on the ceiling, right? You know, night's
Yeah.
great color. You don't think it
Yeah.
actually wants us to go through there, right?
And if
Oh.
it does, by the way, if it does come into play, I don't know if you've read it yet, but the magical resistance is you basically have advantages on saving throws against all spells and other magical effects, which is pretty amazing.
I
I'm
mean,
adding that to my notes.
I'm gonna pull out the sword of answering.
Honor, you get that too, by the way. But yeah.
I mean.
Okay. Yep.
There's
Okay.
literally-
Yep. So you do pull out the Sword of Answering, and it does reach into your mind, and it says, "Finally, what are we going to kill?"
So many things. I just need to learn how to get through that door without dying.
Yeah,
you,
go
ever,
ahead.
ki- you ever killed a lich before?
He said, "No, but I'm eager to try."
Yeah, me too. So, do you have any idea, Repellier, how to get through that door?
He said, "Oh, we just open the door and go through the portal."
Any idea where it goes to?
No idea.
Fucking me neither. Well, at least we're on the same page. Thanks for the help.
So, you guys, by the way, Erastus, you're saying this out loud, right?
Yeah, I'm talking
yeah.
to a sword.
Yeah. Yep. So you guys see that. You guys don't hear the response, but you can see him having that conversation. All right, go ahead, Miracle.
I was gonna say, can I maybe investigate the walls to see if there's anything hidden?
Of course. Yeah, you totally can. So Miracle's going to start investigating the walls. It's going to take a little bit. Miracle, go ahead and do your investigation check.
16.
All right. Surprisingly, Miracle, it does look like these walls are pretty solid. It looks like you're going to have... It doesn't look like there's anything in this room that's hidden.
Guys,
Alright.
Reppy said just open the door.
Do we really want to, though? It says shun green.
Maybe, I don't know, don't be envious. Well, here's the thing. We're in for a penny. Might as well be in for a pound.
All right.
How do we
Are
know
you-
that phrase is true?
Are you going to open the
What are
door, Erastus?
pennies?
Well, I'm waiting on everyone else to
Okay.
to make up their minds about it. He's 100% fine with it. Why don't, guys, just why don't you let me be the guinea pig on this one? I've kind of, well, let's just say I've triggered enough traps, and I think I killed Miracle that one time, so I feel like I owe you this one.
But what if you die?
Well, I don't really have anyone waiting for me, so
Well, that's rude.
I mean, you guys got families and like goals. I just kind of don't really do much. So let me take this one for the team if necessary. Just why doesn't everyone just take a step back or something?
But Erastus, it's not worth it. We can just find another way around.
We keep trying to outsmart this place. It hasn't worked for us. The only progress we made is by going the way everything has obviously wanted us to go. We have to play the game. This all seems like just one crazy game.
Okay, if we go the way that everything has wanted us to go, then we shouldn't go to this green.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of alternative besides going into that mist.
We can figure out what the mist does. You heard the thing say, "We will surely die."
It said, it also said go down the hall and then to the right, but if there's only a portal.
Probably lying.
Yeah, which raises the better chances of being honest? I don't think the one that just spoke to us would be. But why do we feel that the one that mentions avoid the green is telling
Same
us
voice.
the truth?
Yeah,
I
right,
mean,
one of them's lying.
One of them's, and we don't even know if this is the green. We just know that someone that we actually had reason to trust told us to avoid the mist.
Chris,
Yes.
would I know that the voice was the same voice?
Oh, yeah, it is the same voice.
She would have brought up that it was the same voice.
Guys, just let me take this one. And if something happens to me, it's not really a big loss.
I yell
It's
out,
a
I say,
portal,
"Do
you'll
it for the
probably go
pound."
into it and we'll have to follow you.
No, I don't think that'll happen. And I open the door.
Okay. All right. So Erastus does open the door and immediately is sucked into the green portal. There is a so it's pretty violent and it's pretty instant. And he's heavy, and you know that. But he is sucked into the green portal. There's a swirling amount of green energy right there.
All right, well, I'm going to go on mute.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, great.
Tio
Anyone
will
ever see Barbarella and the hand grenade they throw on the ground? That when you pick it up, you disintegrate.
No, I don't remember that part.
And they just threw it out in front of an army, and every single guy in the army stopped, picked it up, disintegrated. Next guy picked it up, disintegrated. Could be like that.
Tio
Like this.
probably if what Gage said was right, and if he was going to do something dangerous, then Bemi would stay with Sio. If Sio has Benny, she's going to tell him to go through the portal and find Orasis, and then
Yep.
come back in like a minute.
Yep. So
Like,
Bemi's still there, so he can fly. Bemi will fly through the portal. You guys do wait a minute, but he does not return.
Maybe
He wouldn't
it's
be
only
there
a one way.
if he was dead, right? What is
I
with
don't
that
know.
I don't know.
mechanical
I
birds
wish we
thing?
had sending.
Maybe it's only one way.
I'm going to cast Psionic Whispers, and any two
Yep.
creatures within any that I can see, I can speak to them telepathically within 1 mile. So
Yep.
I'm going to do that with CO and Miracle, and I'm going to step to the portal.
Okay. Cool.
Oh
Yep.
God.
All right. So you guys notice Piravin very bravely. He gets to around here, and then same thing. He's like completely sucked in. However, you are not able to talk to CO and Miracle. You're out of range or dead.
So
either
what do,
way.
Past the mile.
what do I see from my perspective?
We'll get to that, but I don't want to spoil anything until everyone makes their
Gotcha,
decision
gotcha,
out
gotcha.
here. But we definitely will get to that. Yeah.
Okay,
Miracle's gonna say, well, the
we
only
land
person
on
I had.
Amanda.
Miracle's gonna say the only person I had to look forward to in life and continue on life went through. Might as well see.
Okay.
Well,
Wait,
look,
All right.
and this
So Miracle walks literally into the portal. Same thing happens. Yep.
Tio will go through.
Okay.
ah, jeez.
CO walks through. Are you going through, Gretna?
Mac, what are you doing?
Gotta go through. You don't want to live
Uh,
forever, do you?
I was hoping to live longer than this. All
Okay.
right,
I'll go through.
come on.
Okay. All
I
right.
go
Cool.
through too.
All right.
Roll up new guys.
Yep. So, yeah. So at this point, everyone just is dead, and no, that's here. Hold on. No one's dead. This is definitely a very different experience from the last group. Give me 1 second. All right. So this is what you see, Erasus. So, immediately you are shunted into this stone courtyard here. Yeah. So, and you are basically faced with this huge, very, very large, like 50-foot door. There are some braziers over here. And the whole place looks like this very gothic. It does look exactly like on the stream. It's like this very gothic, almost like maybe church-esque building, but it does look exactly like it looks here. You can see that there's a large structure on top. There's a bunch of other things, but you're out in the middle of this crazy, like ocean-like thing, with no obvious escape down or anything else. But this is where you are.
Oh shit!
What do we see? Looking out. Can
But
we
there is
see out?
no portal. There is no portal back.
Am I there by myself at this point?
No. Everyone's there with you now. At first you were. At first this was this terrifying feeling of holy shit, what have I done? And it took a while for the first person to come in.
Well,
So thankfully,
Bemi came through first.
yeah. Thankfully you did see that Bimmy came through, so you at least saw that. And then it took a little bit, but now everyone is in the same location. So
Who has the bag of holding, by the way?
You.
I think I do.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, don't hey, guys. First off, yeah, this is not dead, so
That's a
pretty
start.
good. Yeah. It's also maybe an end.
Anybody hurt? Are we all okay?
I
yeah,
feel
there's no damage or anything.
Okay.
Sorry. I should have mentioned
Yeah.
that, but you would still ask. So yeah.
Don't we still have like the SOS get us the fuck out of here sending stone?
Holy shit, you're right. We do. We've had it the whole time.
We're not. Why? Why would
Let's,
we use it?
let's
This seems like a pretty good point to nope the fuck out of here.
Or it could be the point of that changes everything, whether it be good or
Look,
bad.
I'm
We're
just
not in
putting
any
out.
danger right now. Is there anybody attacking us? Anything?
Well, let's check this place out
That's
first.
good.
before
That's
we-
good. That's a good point. I just wanted to mostly remind everyone that that is an option that we have. And if we may, I think we should have it readily on hand instead of in the bag of holding.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
Take it.
Put it in Bimmy's other eye.
You stick it in your bird's eye.
Okay.
We have to be
Yep.
within 20 feet of it, right?
Chris.
Yes. Go
So-
ahead.
I wanted to, because I had this idea and I felt like maybe I should. I'm gonna cast see invisible. See if there's anything invisible
Mhm.
around.
Okay. All right. How long does it last for, by the way? See invisibility. Your spell.
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay, cool. All right. So you do cast see invisibility, and so far there are no invisible creatures or invisible things, objects.
Okay. I'm taking the sending stone and I am implanting it. I have the 1 ounce of the black gem in his right eye and the sending stone in the left. So he's got like one black, one white eye.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
I never cast anything. I'm confused.
All right. Well, if we need to, Bimmy can teleport us out of here. Everyone just needs to stay close to him, and he can kind of.
All right.
He's-
The only thing that you do notice, by the way, the only thing that you've noticed at this point is that so as you start looking around, there is like basically a muffled voice that that you hear from beyond inside the doorway here. Other than that, though, everything is silent. So through this window, you can hear like this kind of muffled, like panicked voice, but you can't really make it out.
Send your dragon. Send your dragon, CO.
Which window?
That one.
Yeah,
I
he
said
points
through.
to the one when the streets are right up here. Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask. I don't have his name, but
What's
I'll
his
ask Pseudo Dragon. That's what Yeah, I've read that or I watched it in that video. But I'll just talk to the dragon with the telepathic link.
Mhm.
Is there a way for me to safely go up and listen to that noise?
He looks at you and he thinks about it and he's like, "This is pretty scary, but I'll try my best." Yeah.
Well, all I can ask is that you do your best.
So
Make
he
me-
does. Yep.
I can look through your eyes.
Yeah, he does. He does fly all the way to here, and then he activates the ability so you can see through his eyes. And he does fly in, and this is what you see. So you see this. Yeah. So you see like what looks like it almost looks like a wizard's like room or something. Because basically what you see is a bunch of books. You see like this work desk that has what looks like some like magical things on it. It has more than just it's showing here. There's like basically 2 glowing little crystals, and there's some kind of device that goes through it. There's a chest, there's a bed, but most importantly, inside. Oh God, this is always going to be fun for this. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Yep, inside this room, what you see as well is inside. So basically, it's not exactly what it is actually. Let me show you. It's actually this. So hold on 1 second. I put the wrong thing in there. So you also see a cage. And inside the cage, go ahead and describe your character, Henri. Now, the one thing that is to note in this cage is that the entire cage is filled with water, as if there's glass in each one of these things, and she is completely submerged in water through the entire thing. But she's still making enough noise that even when the Sweater Dragon comes in, you can hear her CO from this too, and it gets better. But I imagine you're trying to escape, Henri. So yeah, yeah, yeah. But she's completely like enclosed in glass and metal with these spikes in a cage with water. So
Oh God, that was my dog. Hold on.
I'll get him.
Looks like fish sticks are back on the menu, boys.
Oh dear.
No.
Am I
Yeah.
able to talk? I know I can't see and I can't hear, but am I able to talk when I'm looking through?
no, nope.
Okay. Then I will have the pseudo dragon come back to where it's safe, and
Okay,
then I'll
yeah.
look to everyone. Out of curiosity, are Tritons found in Luskin at all?
Very no, but Tritons obviously exist in Faerun. They're just very, very, very rare. Are you? By the way, do you imagine your Triton? Your Triton has webbed feet or whatever, like all of them do. But are you imagining yours to be more on the elven side? Because that's definitely a race thing. Even in the description it says, "Imagine if the elves had been, in water." Is that how you imagine it, Henri? Okay, so she has elven-like features, but
Okay.
she's clearly some kind of like aquatic race because she's breathing in the water. Number one, and she does have webs on her feet and other things, and she does. She also like if you, what color hair do you have, Henri? Okay, all right. So she does have, and what about your eyes? Yep. Okay, so the only thing that the Sweater Dragon would have noticed because it's highly perceptive is that her skin also does not look like it looks. The Sweater Dragon's sure, and you can tell through the eyes of the Sweater Dragon. You're sure she's meant to be in the water because she's not bloated, and she's also not like her skin isn't wrinkled or anything else. But she does have elven features. So yeah.
Okay. Because I was asking because CO really grew up in her formative years in Luskin, so she would.
Yeah, you wouldn't have necessarily seen any one of these. No, they're super rare.
So there is someone inside, and they look like they're trapped in a cage, but it's full of water, and I don't know what race they are, but it looks like they're able to breathe in the water, but they're still trapped in a cage. It's like a aquatic elf-looking person. I'm not sure, but it does look like they're trapped.
Chris.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So since my character has the kind of thing where it says she read a lot of books, would I be able to maybe roll a history to see if maybe I read
through the description? You can. It's going to be a higher DC because you can't see it yourself, but you'll hear it in the description. So go for it. Yeah. Yeah, she gave you enough that it can breathe underwater. Kind of looks like an elf. Yeah, that should be enough. Go ahead and do it.
Couldn't hear. What now? I couldn't hear.
Oh, just go ahead. What's your roll? What'd you get?
15.
All right. So you know that there are a couple different races that can breathe underwater, and you explain that to the Gruths. You just don't know in particular like what this one is for sure. You do know that though. Basically, what you say is that you can't remember the name, but you're pretty sure that you remember. You can kind of describe that there definitely is like a rare race of people that can breathe underwater and have elven features. You just don't remember the name of it, but it's in Faerun.
All right, I would have told them that.
Yep. All right.
Is it evil?
You would know that since you're pretty sure what this is now, that they can be all kinds of things. They can be evil. They can be good.
Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay.
They don't have to be monsters.
All right, she would have said that. It really depends on the person.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
I don't think that they're trying to scheme us like Spurt was. I think they might be in some genuine need of help.
Hey.
Got nothing else to do. right?
Truly? Truly?
Hey,
Do you
hold
think
on.
so?
Hold on. My character's gonna look to Erasmus.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want that potion of mind reading.
Huh.
We can
Seems
figure out what they're thinking.
But
you seem a little bit too happy to have that power.
well, I'm not
No, I
one
was
familiar with that. But don't.
I
How does that work?
out of character. Hold on. I was laughing because I was like, wait, this isn't handy right now. But she would have just said that we could use it to figure out if they're thinking bad thoughts since they probably saw the pseudo dragon, or if they're actually like thinking, shit, I need to get out of this fucking trap.
I mean, you can take it, but I'm of the opinion that people. Maybe it's. I think people are good, and until proven wrong, I like to assume so.
Agreed.
So, if you guys don't mind, was there anything in that room, Sio?
I
Yeah.
think you also have to see the thing in order to read its mind.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
Oh,
not familiar with your opinion, but that was going to be my question.
Was there anything else in that room besides her in the cage?
Some magical items, a bed, a workbench that had some tools and parchment on it, their cage, and then several bookshelves full of books and other items.
There
I'm
was
gonna-
a chest.
I'm gonna go over to the door. Does it seem locked?
No, it's unlocked.
There was
Um,
also a chest.
That sounds
All right, guys.
It's heavy. It's heavy, but you can open it.
Sio, can I get a resistance here and
I can give you guidance, but I
or
can't.
whatever? Yeah, that. And Mac and Pirabin, you ready?
I'll help you push.
All right, we're gonna throw this bitch open.
All right. So
Yeah.
you are able to push it open. It does take some effort as it's super heavy.
I
And
run
you
over
push
there
it
and help.
open. Okay. Yep.
Jeez,
And this-
only asking the
this-
guys.
This is what you guys see. This is what you guys see.
We're getting rid of the expendables first, which is us three. We can't do-
that.
We can't do a ton of magic like you can.
Whatever.
Wait,
I'm sorry, but a negative.
So you
one
see a
is
long
strength ain't
hallway.
helping you.
You see a very long hallway. It's got some ornate little alcoves here, each with a candle inside of it. And the building is absolutely massive.
Do you get the
But
feeling
this
there's
is
a
what you see.
giant around?
or our impending doom, one or the other.
So wait, so we can't get into that room.
Well, you might be able to. You might be able to. It's hard to see. There's a long hallway.
Yeah.
So
Down
you
the
don't
hallway
know.
to the right.
You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to travel down.
Well, fuck that. There's a window above us. Like the out way, right?
But it's
Well,
several
no.
Hold on.
So the window is up here. This is
Yeah.
the window. Yes.
Hold on.
You can see that. So it does look like for instance, the Pseudo Dragon would know and probably be able to tell you this too, but It's got to be around the corner somewhere. The
Um,
room that they're in? Yeah, to the right.
How far is the room?
You can't, I mean, it's exactly how it looks. So,
Can't really tell. I'm sorry.
well, you mean how far is the room from this? It's at least 40 feet, 50 feet, maybe 60.
Since I had ritual casted find familiar, would I be able to look through my eyes or through the eyes and ears of the
Familiar? Oh, of
familiar
course.
one?
Yeah,
Send
of
it through?
course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, what's the radius of the familiar?
100 feet.
Yeah, so you're fine. Okay. So this is what you see. So as it starts to fly, this is exactly, you'll see it there. And sure enough, there is a thing off and to the right, but this is what you see here. There's two closed doors. So the familiar goes back out and goes through you to go through it, but it can go back up if you want it to into the ceiling here. Sorry, you'll see it in a second. It can go through the window again. But that's the only way to get in. Everything else is locked or closed.
all right.
I take out my grappling hook
Alright.
and I go
Yeah.
over to the window and toss it up there.
Yeah, I was about to
Okay,
do the
sure.
same thing. I'll
Sure.
what
You
I'll
guys
do
do
is,
pyramid and walk over. Yep.
and if it's not firmly in place, I'll have Bimmy fly up, grab it with his talons, and just like
Yep.
put it in a super
Cool.
ideal location.
Awesome. Pirvin, go ahead and actually, Pirvin, I'll let you do this without rolling. So Pirvin pretty expertly goes through and starts to climb all the way up. You guys notice that Pirvin literally is just doing this, and you see that Erastus is helping with Bimmy. And Erastus, I assume you walk over here too. Pirvin, you get all the way to the top, and it's pretty easy for you. You could just jump down if you want to.
Yeah, I want to climb up as well.
Firmly
Okay,
attach
cool.
the grappling hook so it's easier for others.
Okay. Yep. You totally can. And let's get you in here. Oh god, what a nightmare. It's fine. Hold on. So I'm going to, we're just going to do this without the miniatures because there's still a bug, which is fine. But all right, so
Yeah,
for
unless it's
Yep.
combat or traps, it's fine with us.
yeah. All right, so you hop down, and this is what you see. So you do see there's 4 bookcases, each with varying different kinds of books on top of it. These skulls do not exist. There's no skulls here. The other thing you notice is there is a workbench. The workbench has those 2 there's 2 very long, like, crystals. One is a clear crystal. The next one is like a darker crystal. They're like 10 inches or so long a piece, and they both have pointed ends on each side. There is a box, and then there's this bed. The bed is interesting because it has this very, very like shimmering, like almost like chic looking, like just comforter thing on top of the bed. Other than that, it looks unremarkable. There's a table, and so Henri, and so I'm sorry, we'll get your character's name anyway. I'll stop calling you Henri. So Amanda, you see him jump down, like this is the first person you've seen in literally 2 weeks. You are starving to death, essentially. So
I'm gonna start like frantically pounding on the glass and being like, "Can you help me out, please?"
Can we hear that?
you can kind of muffled. You can muffle in the please and every few words, but it's hard to hear through the thing.
I'm basically just gonna say stuff like that over and over.
I'm look over to Pirvin. I mean, trap? Not a
no,
trap?
you also jump down. You see this giant turtle in metallic armor jump down as well. But yeah, he's in the room now too.
Would
Trap.
everyone have gone through? Because they said they secured it for
I
everyone.
think-
Oh, yeah,
I
you
think I
can.
think we would split up the party
Alright.
personally.
Miracle
yeah.
would have gone through.
Yeah.
Also.
Okay, so Miracle goes to co-op.
Wait,
That's fine. It's pretty
Try
easy.
to fly, Miracle.
I mean, sure, I'll try to fly.
Yeah, she does, and she's not able to. She's
Damn it.
very depressed and not able to fly still.
I'd go within 30 feet of
I'm
Pyramid.
gonna climb the rope.
Okay. Yep. All right, that's fine. No, you guys don't have to do checks on this. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's possible one of you would have fell, but that's fine. So you go through and you are able to do this, and you can jump down pretty safely with Erastus and Pyravin's help. Everyone is now in the room, and yeah, you guys see this in front of you.
I'm pulling out the Sword of Answering, and I'm just going to look at it. You
Yep.
ready to be a hero?
I have a question.
As soon as he pulls out the sword, my my character's name is Pandemonium, by the way, and I'm just calling it them Pan for short.
Yep.
But they're gonna like back up and go towards the back of the cage and be like stop
ready?
calling for help.
Yeah, I look at the sword
Yeah.
and ask if it's ready to be a hero.
Yep. And it does reach out to your mind and says, "Always, let's do this."
Fuck yeah! And I take the sword and I just stab the glass.
Okay. All right. So you are able to stab the glass with it. Do me a favor. Go ahead and roll to hit. I want to see specifically if something happens. Yeah.
I don't know what to roll for the Sword of Awakening.
Oh, it's
Attack
just a +1.
sword.
It's a +1. Yeah, +1 plus your modifier.
Sword of Answering. Whoops.
Yep. Sort of answering +1 plus whatever modifier you have. So I assume +6 to hit. Unless you have other modifiers. Or
Yeah. So total of everything, that would be a 10 to hit.
Okay.
Well,
So
no,
it doesn't really matter. You rolled a 4, I assume.
No, Oasis, you have to, like, just roll a regular d20 because the Sword of Answering out of Ray adds +3, but you only get +1, technically.
Yeah. You only get +1.
So
You will
Well-
the
Yeah,
exact
that's-
same, congrats.
I rolled plus my total of on a d20. I rolled a 4.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So you are able to solidly hit this thing. Don't even care about damage or whatever. You're that's not working. It is not able to get through.
I can't. I don't get through.
Correct. It does not break the glass.
Oh, whoops!
Okay.
Wrong chat.
Can I?
Is there a lock or something?
So you want to try to look at it. So it looks like it doesn't actually appear like there's any obvious way to open this thing. There are spikes on it on the outside. It is reinforced metal. There's a very thick glass going through it, and it's filled with water.
I think Miracle was talking. We just couldn't hear. She's really.
Go ahead.
You're really quiet. Sorry.
Go ahead, Miracle.
Okay, I've been trying to say, so out of physics and IRL, sometimes with a loud enough sound, glass can break. Would Shatter be able to maybe do that?
You can certainly try. Let's read Shatter though. I think Shatter. I need to read Shatter.
It's 2d8 thunder damage, I believe.
But it was also like a high ringing in a circle.
Freeze it first, then try that.
Well, try. Go ahead and read it to me. Read me just
Oh my
the
God, I'm gonna die.
spell effect.
Very likely.
It was nice
Yeah.
playing with you all. I'll have my third character.
Well, so taking physics a step further, the harmonic frequency of water would amplify that vibration and just pressurize anything in it and turn it to jelly. But I mean, we don't know that.
Yeah, it's a sudden loud
Well,
ringing.
magic is different.
That's why you can't.
Range.
That's why they tell
Yeah.
you not to tap on glasses on fish tanks. It amplifies the vibration.
You can try. You can definitely try.
Alright, so it says a sudden loud ring, noise painfully intense, erupts from the point of your choice, range with each a 10-foot radius sphere centered in that point. The Constitution saving throw, creature takes 38 thunder damage on a failed save, half as much on a damaged on a successful one. A creature made inorganic metal such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Oh, you know what though? It's just a point within your range. Actually, you can totally do this. The only thing is that I don't see how you're not going to be able to decide to not hit the person inside. Is the problem?
No way.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is you can do it, but she's going to take damage.
CEO
I was gonna,
has an idea
I was gonna,
if that doesn't work.
I was
go-
gonna say, I would have had like where some of the glass was in range of it, but not fully on the.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
You're going
can-
to try to
you
get it
can
right on
point
the
it
edge.
Further away.
The
Yeah.
10-foot, the 10-foot spear radius is just going to be on the edge of the glass.
Yeah.
You can do that. There is a chance. You would know this, so you can totally try to do this to break open the glass. There's a possibility that you can, depending on if it's normal glass or whatever. You just know that. I mean, you are doing an intense amount of damage to the structure. So if anything, you would just know that it's just dangerous for her. But you could totally do it.
I can fix her. It's okay.
Alright!
Do we have a diamond that can just cut the glass?
No. We had powder diamonds.
It won't work the same.
Oh, your desktop's visible.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Thanks. Weird.
Okay.
That's
So
super weird.
I guess I'll do it, and I'll
Oh,
just
yeah.
be like, I'm warning you, this may hurt
I'm getting cure wounds
slightly,
ready.
but I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to
Yeah.
free you. She says
I don't know.
that.
I'm just getting ready. Not cure wounds, less restoration, anything.
She says that to the person inside the cage, which is Pan.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So go. So you go ahead and do that, and you are able to go ahead and roll your damage because you're going to hit the
10.
cage. Okay. You definitely do enough. So you do enough damage where the metallic structure of the outside bends in a bit, but the glass doesn't really do anything. And this does. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, Pen. Let's see how much damage you take. Yep.
You just have to beat a 13, so.
Yeah.
That's a nat 1.
Oh!
Okay. All right, that's fine.
Let's stop
Alright.
killing her.
All right, so you are going to go ahead and take 1d8 damage. Miracle, you get to go ahead and roll that. Roll your damage. Just 1d8 though.
Alright, dice gods. Just
Yep.
let it be a 1.
8.
God
Here it
damn
comes.
I
Here
forgot
comes
to
8.
switch. I forgot to fucking
Oh, it's a
add Pan.
6.
6. Okay.
Oh, wait, that's on honorary, though. But,
Yeah, but I'm just gonna accept it because I have to go actually add the new character to Ray, and that's gonna take too long. So I'll take that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah. So you take so basically what ends up happening is everything within the cage basically pushes back amplifies. So you can see this too. And Miracle, it was very clear that you did not mean to hurt her. But at the same time, you notice that the whole cage, the water just rushes back right into her. You can see that she's being compressed, and yeah, you take a decent amount of damage. Hurt you pretty badly.
So did it look like she was hurt by the spell or hurt by the water jiggling
No,
around?
the water. It's the it's an after effect of what happened inside the spell. It looks like the water had come out of the cage and everything.
But
Not
but
the spell
when I hit it with the sword, it didn't hurt
correct.
her.
That's correct.
All right,
Miracle's gonna say, I'm sorry.
I'm taking the sword, putting it into my offhand, and then I'm activating my thunder gauntlet. Just electricity crackling. Like, well, it's not electricity. It's it's
no.
thunder damage.
No,
Did you say the cage broke?
No, it just dented in. You're not free yet. Yeah.
You're not having electricity.
You can still talk,
It's,
by the way.
it's not
So
electricity. I
your
just
character
spoke
can
with
still
thunder
talk.
damage.
It's just
Yeah,
hard
no,
for them to understand you.
But
Yeah.
Pan is like terrified of these people right now because the
Yeah,
turtle pulled
yeah.
out a sword and now it's got the electric gloves and now I just took
Sure.
damage from the other one.
Yeah, sure.
My character did tell you, I'm sorry, I was trying to break it.
I'm not sure if you like heard Chris say it, but I can't hear very well right now.
I strike it with my thunder gauntlets.
Okay. All right, that's fine. What go ahead and roll the hit, and then roll your damage.
Uh, 19 to hit for 8 thunder damage.
Okay,
That,
All right.
That's thunder, not lightning.
that's fine. Yep. So so you go through and you basically hit it right square in like the glass, I assume. Does
Yep.
it? Okay. So so you are able to do that. You do a decent amount of damage to the glass, but for whatever reason, the glass itself doesn't seem to buckle.
It doesn't even
Um,
look hurt.
No, it doesn't. But you notice that each time you hit the glass, the water compresses. Go ahead and give me just go ahead and give me like a dexterity saving throw. Pen. How much damage do your gauntlets do, by the way?
13.
A 1d8 plus my intelligence modifier.
Okay. So just roll a 1d4 for me. You get to roll your damage.
3.
Okay, so you take 3 more damage. You notice what's happening, by the way, since you're a smart guy and you hit it. Basically, what's happening is the glass is not natural, and any kind of attempt to break this glass, especially when it's landed on the glass itself, is if the damage type is strong enough, and it's maybe it has something to do with sound or whatever, it's activating the water, and then something is rippling through the water and just ripping her up.
Oh,
Okay, I
this is
push
so
him out of the
frustrating.
way. Can I push him out of the way?
I'm like
Yeah, of
4
course,
times
yeah.
heavier than you.
Yeah,
I push
you
him out of
try.
the way and
Yep,
I
you
look
try.
at her.
Yep.
Okay, I look at her and I put my hands on the glass. Wait a second. Which one is it? Healing word, I think, or cure wounds? Which one is a touch? And which
Healing
one?
word.
Healing
Cure
word
wounds
is
is touch.
distance.
Healing word is distance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
healing word.
Okay.
I just look at her and I go, and I give her a healing word.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Yeah, you're able to do that. Go ahead and roll for that. Yeah.
Is there any kind of locking component on this fucking infuriating cage?
See, it doesn't look. That's the hard part. It doesn't actually look like from the outside. There's anything at all. So Pan,
I'm
your
gonna
character.
investigate the room.
So
for
Pan,
something.
your
I
character
didn't
did
listen.
see
Damn it.
how you were put into this cage.
Stepping away first.
But there was basically an elderly man that's a wizard that put you into it, and you know for sure that the way to open it has something to do with the chest and the overside there. So I'll give you an opportunity to try to explain that, but
Okay.
that's the reality. Yep.
I'm going to attempt to specifically get Gretna's attention.
Yep.
And
No, I'm still trying to cast healing word on you.
Yep.
Well, once you're done concentrating on that, I'm going to pantomime as well as
How
I
come it's
can,
not giving me healing word?
try the chest. The chest.
Put a
light.
1. Just put 1.
Okay, 1.
Just type 1. Yeah.
Okay. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 points of healing back. That's more than we did, I think.
Yep, it is.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep. So you're healed to full.
So you're
And I
gonna
just
have
look at her and go, I shrug my shoulders
because
like,
the shadow also did some.
Shatter did a good bit.
6.
Oh, that's right. It's 14. You've done 14 points of damage to her. So 9.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm missing 3.
While Gretna's doing that, Sio's gonna see if the pseudo dragon can. She doesn't know how he did it, but he was able to see the portal. She's gonna ask if he can look over the cage, see if there's anything that he can see. Since he's a smarty.
Yeah. He says no. He says I don't
hold
know
on.
how it works.
Hold on. No, we actually did only 9 damage to them. Because I did 6 and
I thought it was 9.
Erastus did 3. So that's 9 exactly.
Oh, okay.
Good.
All right. That's good. Yep. So you're up to full then.
I just shrug my shoulders at her. What does
Can
she
I-
do?
Can I try
I'm
to roll perception?
looking at you in awe.
Can I try to roll perception? Because she said that she was trying to say or point at something, just maybe see it.
Yeah. Go
As
for it.
I'm looking at Gretna, I'm going to attempt to be pointing at the chest and be like, try the chest, try the chest.
Nat 20! Nat
All
20!
All right. So you figure it out. You figure it out. She's trying to get you to go over to the chest.
She's pointing at the chest. Let's go.
I'm gonna go to the chest, because I literally saw that.
I thumbs
Yep.
up her.
Yep. So do you want to try to open the chest?
Sure!
All right.
Good
You
luck.
are able to open the chest, and it does just come right open. There's no treasure inside or anything else other than the fact that there is a small, tiny switch on the right-hand side of the chest. The switch is something that needs to be flipped up or flipped down. Right now, it's down.
Alright, I'm risking it. I'm gonna flip it.
Okay. All right. You are able to flip the little lever up, and sure enough, relatively quickly, all of the water drains completely out of this mechanism. Then it seems to basically go through and start to unlatch from the top here in quick succession. However, this side here is now dented and damaged, so it malfunctions a bit and it's not actually able to go through and take out the last piece. It does, however, start to undo these mechanisms on the back, and it's just enough where you can actually get out of this now, Pandemonium. But it's not perfect. You're gonna have to basically push yourself through or whatever. It's not as graceful as it would have opened up normally. It is damaged now. So, but you are able to get out. And what we'll do is we will stop it right there since we're already over, and then we can do our introductions and everything with Amanda's character when we go back. But we'll start here right from where we left off.
I like to imagine she falls out of the
Oh,
cage.
Oh no, yeah,
and
I
it's
was
just
gonna
a-
say
Yeah, she's gonna be
doesn't have much
collapsed, yeah.
strength, so she's just
It's-
like
So your character has actually not eaten anything for 2 weeks, so you're pretty close.
It's just
to,
Erastus going, "You're not gonna steal from us. You're not gonna steal."
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't know what you're
Creature.
talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Who sent you?
Miracle's gonna say, "I'm sorry. I was trying to break the."
Okay,
well, we
forgive
gotta
you,
get-
but
but
why
this-
is he threatening me?
Well, we're not gonna. Me and Kaylee won't be here next week, so just a reminder.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm not entirely sure because of the holidays that we'll actually do a session next week. I'll let everybody know very, very soon. I don't know for myself yet because I may be traveling too, but I'll let everybody know very, very quickly. By the way, this is an entire area that the other group also did not hit, so you guys have hit the second one.
Suck at Group A, which now
But,
includes me.
Yeah, it took me a pretty long while to build this, and I was very disappointed we never got to use it. So,
Well, don't
but,
worry,
it's good.
Chris.
Yeah.
Is it
We're
got a
we're Group B on the
question
roster, but Group A in your hearts.
for everybody.
Listen, Group A is starting some shit in our group, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's changing favorites.
No, not at all.
Uh,
But yep.
Alright,
But
any of you looking for old Dungeons and Dragons modules, stuff like that?
Me,
Always.
I'm getting rid of a lot of my stuff, and
Miracle is.
I just thought I'd offer it to you guys first.
Oh, that's sweet.
Appreciate
you
it.
have a bunch of
Is there
like
anything-
you have a bunch of second edition modules. I have a lot of them. That's
Oh yeah, lots
yeah.
of second edition modules and
I
Neverwinter stuff and Greyhawk stuff and
yeah, very cool.
Macborn, I'll message you. I'm looking for some.
So,
Cool.
you're played AD&D Miracle?
I've played many D&D.
AD&D. Yeah, AD&D is fucking complex.
It is complex. Weapon timings are a bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I keep waiting for Chris to say, make a reflex save.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know some people who can teach me for sure, though, but it'll be fun. I know some people who would want to.
Make me a will save.
It's funny. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, if they had just kept on second edition, like it's super complex to get started, but once you get into it and once you start playing it, it is kind of honestly, it's a pain in the ass, but it's kind of superior when everyone knows it. Like even the weapon timings suck, but
The
here's the thing. There's
The
so much
customization is better.
exactly,
Wait.
and there's just so much you can actually do. Like for instance, everything is basically like thought of. So for instance, in the original Tomb of Horrors, when you're sliding down, for instance, like the actual like place that there's like, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's very specific things that are physics based, and there's mechanics for all of it. It's really actually great.
It's
in that
no
respect.
more
Like,
complex than
Wait.
Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Wait, so you said
Yeah.
second edition. I played
Yeah.
second edition.
Second edition
Yeah.
is AD&D.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
AD&D.
yeah, then, yeah, I know this.
Yeah.
I had played it in
I
college.
also have lots of
Actually,
Lord of the Ring modules,
ironic.
which
Cool.
basically
Me and Kaylee got a we got a Lord of the Rings board game from a flea market and just took all the minis out of it.
Ironically, second edition was actually the first edition I played in.
Nice.
I played 4E. I'm like the one of the 3 people that played that edition.
No, I played 4A too. I honestly had high hopes for that fucking edition, and like they really jumped the shark though when fucking like. Do you remember when Vampire came out? That's when I quit because it was Vampire instead of being a race was a fucking class, and like I was like, okay, this is just
Yeah, no, 4E was
so
wackadoodle.
stupid.
If
So
it wasn't for 50, Dungeons and Dragons would be dead.
Probably, yeah, because I mean, there was so much material. That's why everyone stuck with it. Like, there was a lot of fucking 40 books, and there was like they were at least trying their best, and like they even got to the point where they were taking in like old modules and going through it. Like, but like it's just a fucking board game, and the worst part is like when the Vampire class came out and they tried to like basically like just say, "Oh yeah, guys, don't worry. D&D is not about role playing anymore. It's not about like understanding what things are. It's more about like mechanics
Number
and the way you
crunching.
play on your board and like that's why it's super tactical and like, but the vampire thing where like, so all vampires had to be melee fighters that had to have a very specific template. You couldn't be like a vampire mage. You couldn't be a vampire like they didn't exist anymore. It was so stupid. Like it was like, all right, that's enough. But
That's a rant.
yeah. But anyway, so
Wait for
it
me.
started
wait-
off decent though. It started off like with potential, but yeah,
Me and Chris are gonna start a podcast titled "D&D sucks except when it doesn't."
yeah. It
Time
was
to
too
try
bad.
to draw Erasmus crushing miracle.
Yeah, I literally and so I literally had every single 4th edition book you could purchase. I had it all. Like it was so disappointing when that came out. Like I was like, oh.
You were like
God,
30% of the net sales.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. But anyway, that was the end though.
Looking forward to playing with Group A next.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah. So, all right, guys. So, I will let you know as soon as I possibly can.
Thank you very
on,
much.
what's happening next week. But thanks for this. Thanks everybody.
right.
We'll pick up-
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Happy
Thanks.
birthday.
Chris, before
Thank
you
you.
leave, just a quick question.
Bye.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I just didn't know if you had done the for Group A for Honorary, the approximate price of the spell scrolls.
Oh, I have not actually.
That's fine.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I haven't.
I will let you do that whenever. Obviously, I'm not gonna be like I need it now because I don't need it obviously until like next week.
Yep.
Even if we even are playing, I should say.